Service University. Now, contest 1 is going to be between Oppon Memorial Senior High School and Presec Bompata, I must say. And they are going to argue for and against the motion quote, manufacturing is the only economic growth in Ghana. Manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana, I must say. We have Oppon Memorial arguing for the motion and Presec Bompata arguing against the motion. And so wherever you are, just get close to your radio set and of course your TV set, and let's have this conversation. But before that, let's speak to our teachers or our students right now and find out from them what we should expect from them today. And I'm going to start off with this gentleman here on my left. He's going to introduce himself to us and share with us the words that we need to hear. Please, you are live on Joy Prime, Joy Learning, and also Love 99.5 FM. Introduce yourself to us, sir.
Yeah, I'm Oben Ankra Edward, the Assistant Headmaster Academic of Oppon Memorial Senior High School.
And what is Oppon Memorial bringing today?
Oh, we are bringing a rare contest. A contest full of ideas. We have teachers who are very dedicated, knowledgeable, who have researched. And I tell you, you will clap for us today. We are going to be the victors, and certainly Presec will be the vanquished. Next time they should look for their size if they are coming for a contest. We'll give them a technical knockout, and then we shall see how obedient they will be.
Okay, thank you so much, Assistant Headmaster. Let me speak to Presec Bompata. And this gentleman is coming from a school that was seeded, and so they were not part of the preliminary stages. Dijoy, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
And you heard what Assistant Headmaster said.
I don't want to say anything. My name is Dijoy Amankwa, the trainer for Presec Bompata. We met them last year and we kicked them out. So I don't know what he is trying to say. So history is about to be made again. We just don't talk. You see, he was just talking like that. We just show action. They will see what will happen to them today. Today, it will not be bracket. Gap.
I see. Let me now speak to the supporters or the students right now. And I'm just going to continue from Presec Bompata. And this gentleman here is
Oppon Francis Oti.
And what do you want to tell your debaters or your opponents today?
As my teacher said, we have defeated them before, and we are also going to defeat them again and again. So we don't talk much, we just show action.
I see. They say they are not going to talk much. Is it going to be a revenge game for Oppon Memorial?
Well, my name is Isaac Chebuat, and a student from Oppon Memorial Senior High School. I'd like to tell Presec Bompata that we are not going to spare them the humiliation today. We are going to set them packing, so they should get ready to be beaten.
I see. So let's see what happens. But you heard our students and our teachers from these two schools that will be competing today. Let's see what they will come up with. And when they are done, we'll be seeing the contest between defending champions Prempeh College and also Anglican Senior High School, Kumasi. My name is Patricia. Over to you, David Akwete, in the auditorium.
Well, thank you very much, Patricia Amabonsu. And ladies and gentlemen, in this beautiful auditorium at the Christian Service University, a round of applause for Patricia Amabonsu. And make some noise for the assistant headmaster and the patrons and the teachers and the trainers and everybody. Thank you so much. So we're here this afternoon to witness contest for the round of 16 in the 2024 edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School Debate. One more time, if you're excited and happy to be in this beautiful auditorium, make some noise. We'd like to at this point in time say a big thank you to our partners. That is Ashanti Regional Education Service, the Conference of Heads of Assistant Secondary Schools, that is CHAS, and of course, the Ashanti Regional SRC. We say a big thank you to you for the support. For your information, we're live on radio, on Love 99.5. We're live on television on 2 networks, Joy Prime, Joy Learning. We're also very present on social media on Love 99.7 on Facebook and Joy 99.7 as well on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say a very big thank you to our main sponsor, that is Pepsodent Cavity Fighter. A round of applause for them. Now, for your information, every time we eat, food and sugars get trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay. It also leads to gum disease and sometimes foul breath that we refer to as halitosis. Now, brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with perfluoride and microcalcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter comes in a very affordable 175 gram. That's for the big size for the family. The 120 gram, that is the Ejakwa pack. The 65 gram as well as the 12 gram, which comes in sachet. The Ghana Dental Association recommends Pepsodent. Pepsodent, you can always talk to somebody for free, that is a dentist for free, by calling toll-free 0800-161-000. Pepsodent, every smile matters. Can we have some silence in the auditorium, please? Some silence in the auditorium. Thank you very much. Let's also say a big thank you to the Jackson University College. Now, do you desire to work or study abroad? Are you worried about the best place to receive tuition for your IELTS in Ghana? Then the Jackson Institute of Innovation and Leadership, that is JIL, is here to help. JIL, in collaboration with the British Council, the IELTS, and the IDP, presents a golden opportunity for SHS leavers, university graduates, and professionals to register and study IELTS. Now, their course options include the IELTS Academic, the IELTS General, and the Life Skills. Now, they have in-person and online class options. So enroll today, enroll now. Now, for your children aged between 5 and 15 who are fluent in French or wish to learn French, JIL has an amazing package for them to study in Quebec, Canada. Now, their rates are unbeatable, and they will assist you with all the necessary documentation. We say a big thank you to the Jackson University College. Aside from that, we'd also say a big thank you to Bigo, because all the students in this beautiful auditorium have been served with some Bigo drinks and they're enjoying it. Now, everywhere make hot, we all know, baby ayeshe, but still man for enjoy. So the boys, the girls, the mummies and the daddies are there for the parties, the funerals, and all the family day out, and any other social gathering. Grab your favorite Bigo drink. Bigo comes in cola, grape, orange, coconut, pineapple, apple, lemon, and of course cocktail flavors. Get a chilled, affordable bottle of Bigo today at any supermarket or in traffic. Bigo is another quality product from Trillium Industrial Company Limited. Bigo, big refreshing moments. Let's talk about cowbell. It contains vitamins A, C, D, E, and K, which is their unique secret essential nutritional formula that nourishes minds, bodies, and dreams of growing champions and the whole family. Cowbell has something for everyone, and they come in coffee, strawberry, choco, banana, mocha, and of course, coconut flavors. Enjoy the finest taste in milk. Cowbell, as we always say, is indeed our milk. The Christian Service University is admitting students for the 2024-2025 academic year. Undergraduate and master's programs are offered at CSU with morning, evening, and weekend schedules for all students. CSU offers half scholarship for prospective students with an aggregate of 6 to 15. You can find CSU at Star Junction in Kumasi, Asantase. At this point in time, please show some love for Patricia Amabonsu. She's got some more information to share.
Sure, and we are still supported by Dunamis Plus, which is providing schools, homes, churches, hospitals, and other institutions with PVC interior and exterior security doors, waterproof doors, and fireproof doors. Of course, these are doors that can withstand fire for up to 2 hours. And you know that you can build your most enchanting spaces with our quality, customized, beautiful, and original furniture from Turkey. Dunamis Plus, we are the only company that gives you real value for money. Let's also say thank you to Otuasekan Rob Bank, who are currently floating shares for just 50 pesos per share. Now, all you need is a minimum of 100 shares, which goes for 50 Ghana cedis. And remember that our shares yield very high results. And so wherever you are, brand to any of our branches located at Kofiase, Mampong, Ejura, Sepe, Abofor, and Kenkenso, and also Dr. Mensa to get your Otuasekan Rob Bank shares, because we are the winning team. Now, we also offer you current, savings, susu, and fixed deposits, as well as infant account. Let's also say thank you to Tradewinds Chemists, who are the producers of the most effective and trusted anti-malarial drug, which is Tramatem. Now, Tramatem is an artemisinin-based combination product which contains artemether and lumefantrine. The 24 blister pack is a 6-dose full course treatment, and so if you take it even after 2 days and you are feeling better, please continue your full 6-dose treatment. And remember that it has been approved by FDA, but consult your doctor if symptoms persist after 3 days. And remember that Tramatem is also available in pharmacy shops nationwide. We'd like to also say thank you to New Generation Investment Services, that is NGIS, managing as our tier 2 and our tier 3 pensions, and also our investments, as well as they are securing our future with their Nidaso Mutual Fund, their NGIS Money Market Fund, and private funds. Now, talk to our seasoned advisors today about your investment goals and aspirations. The NPRA, that's the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, and the Securities and Exchange Commission have all licensed NGIS. NGIS, we say, achieving excellent results on your investment. And we'd like to also say thank you to DBS, your most reputable name in quality roofing, is here with goodies and also the best deals for everybody in the construction industry. New and existing customers, you get to enjoy a huge discount on all of our products, especially our Alu Zinc roofing sheets. Visit our offices today in Kumasi and Accra for free estimates. DBS Industries, we say roofing papa fie. David, back to you.
Wasn't that a beautiful delivery? If indeed it was, show us some love. The name is Patricia Amma Bonsu. I love to call her Mama Pat, you know. So 2 weeks ago, we began the preliminary contest for the 2024 edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School Debate. That was 2 weeks ago, where we had 20 schools partaking in the preliminary stage. Now, we've gotten to the round of 16. And this very afternoon, we will be having 2 contests. Contest 1 will be between Oppon Memorial, Omes. And of course, they'll be facing Presby from Bompata. That is Presbyterian Senior High School, or Presby Senior High School from Bompata. They have a slogan, Eddie Camfor. All right, so you'll be hearing from their debaters in a bit. But at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you our panel of judges. Now, they are the ones who listen attentively to these debaters when they mount the podium, grab the microphone, and do their business, and they award marks accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you one of the judges for the afternoon. She goes by the name Dr. Lucy Bonku. And for those of you who've been following the debate, I know that you often hear me say, Mama Lou. She's right here this afternoon. She's a senior lecturer with the Department of Liberal Studies, Kumasi Technical University. For information, she's taught for over 30 years in literature, English, and English language. She's also taught in communication skills. Ladies and gentlemen, she's here this afternoon as one of her judges. At this point in time, please put your hands together for Mrs. Dr. Lucy Bonku. There she is. One of other judge with us this afternoon, wearing a beautiful smock. He goes by the name Professor Osefosu Anthony. Born on a Friday like this, so he goes by the name Kofi. You want to know his nickname? He's OFAC. Say OFAC. Okay. He's a professor in economics. He holds a PhD in economics. He's a former head of the Department of Economics, KNUST. Here this afternoon as one of our judges. Show him some love as well for me. Thank you so much. Dr. Peter Arthur is our lead judge, and he's already seated in our midst this afternoon. Now, Dr. Peter Arthur is a former head Department of English, former head Department of Language and Communication Studies, KNUST. Like I said, he's here this afternoon as our lead judge. That's all I'll say about him for now. I just want you to put your hands together as we welcome him to the microphone, or to the podium to grab the microphone. His simple task is to give us the rules of engagement governing the debate this afternoon. Doc, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, David. And I'll go straight to the business of the judges. So, as I keep saying, we see what, or we hear what you say as a text. It's nothing of a mystery. We have divided or decompartmentalized certain areas, and that is what we are looking for. Sometimes, if you are away and somebody is speaking, it may appear fluent, but we, when we are seated here, we have what we are looking for, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. So, we've divided whatever that you are saying, whatever that you are doing, into 5 sections. The first section, organization and clarity. We are looking for the way you start, the way you develop, and the way you land. How? And the how could be a lot of things. let me say this. I don't need to say everything. This is a competition, so you come well prepared. You understand? So you should know the how. And then we have 30 marks for that, 15 for the first speaker. The first speaker is supposed to have 5 points, 3 marks for each. 10 for the second speaker, and summary, 5. Then we have argument and development. We are looking at how you raise a point, how you develop the point, and how you conclude. We are more interested in your conclusion because this one is logic. I give you a simple scenario. 1 + 1 + 1 is equals to 3, isn't it? And if you take any variable from the first set, it's no more 3. So we want to be sure that your 3 is properly calculated for in the way you present your argument. And that is, the first speaker is taking 15 marks for that, and then the second speaker is taking 10 marks for that, and then the summary is supposed to be 5. And then effective use of rebuttal. Note, this is very important. Now, if you are able to recognize the error in reasoning of the other person, we say fallacy, okay? And then explain why you believe it's an error before you come to your point. 1 mark for that. It means you can just mention the error, you don't get any mark because you haven't done any explanation. And sometimes they will point it out. They won't provide any solution. No mark for that. Are we okay there? Are we all right? Yes, you have to do the job. Identify. Convince us that you are right. It's not just saying that I didn't say that and then you leave it like that. You understand that? Okay. There, the second, it starts with the second speaker who is having 10 marks here. And then the summary 2 is gaining 5 marks. Presentational style, tone of voice, gestures, body language, level of confidence, enthusiasm. Now, it's how personable you are, how you engage your listeners. You understand? But no theatricals. Don't come here with any antics as if we are not serious here, okay? So, the first 8 marks, second 5 marks, then the summary 2 marks. Role as a particular debater. The first speaker should sound like a first speaker, powerful presentation, and then the second speaker is just a supporter. The first speaker is taking 5 marks, the second speaker is taking 3 marks, and then the summary is going for 2. Now let me read the rules. The principal speaker on the affirmative team presents argument in support of the motion, 10 minutes. The principal speaker on the opposing team presents argument opposing the resolution, 10 minutes. The second speaker on the affirmative team presents further argument in support of the resolution, identifies areas of conflict, and answers questions that may have been raised by the opposition speaker, 7 minutes. The second speaker on the opposing team presents further arguments against the resolution, identifies further areas of conflict, and answers questions that may have been raised by the previous affirmative speaker, 7 minutes. The principal speaker on the affirmative team comes with closing statements to their arguments without adding any new information, and also use the opportunity to respond to rebuttals if there is any. The principal speaker on the opposing team comes with closing statements to their argument without adding any new information, and also uses the opportunity to respond to rebuttal if necessary. 5 minutes. Note this. There cannot be any interruption. Speakers must wait for their turn. All principal speakers, either on the affirmative team or opposing team, should raise only 5 points. No more, no less. All supporting speakers, either on the affirmative team or opposing team, should raise only 3 points, no more, no less. Speakers should be very audible and ensure clarity in their presentation. There are other rules. He who asserts must prove. In order to establish an assertion, the team must support it with enough facts and evidence. Facts and evidence must be accurate. Examples of visual materials are permissible, and once introduced, they become available for the opponent's use if so desired. Tangible evidence must be tendered in as exhibits for fact support. Let me state over here that if you present your exhibits, we want to make sure that they are related to what is being said. Sometimes all that they do is to throw around some of these papers. If it comes and it doesn't relate, it will go against you. In rebuttals, the debater rebutting may ask any constructive and clear question that has a direct bearing on the point raised. The one rebutting must confine him or herself to questions and not to make statements, comments, or ask rhetorical questions. Supporters from both sides are to exercise discipline, not to induce, frustrate, or intimidate debaters in any form. Failure would attract deduction of marks from their team. All debaters must ensure clarity in their argument. I think we've said that. Debaters must respect time. If you are bailed out, you must end your presentation, else you lose marks. Note, majority decision or score results from the judges carries the day. The score results from one judge cannot overturn two judges' marks. In an event of a tie, schools will be given a motion to contest once again within 2 days. Reporting time for a contest is 12 p.m. each day, I repeat. Reporting time for a contest is 12 p.m. each day. Failure to abide will lead to disqualification of the school involved in that. Note this one carefully. All issues or concerns should be addressed to the producers of the program or the event and not the judges. You heard me. And on this note, I would like the producer to stand up so that you all see him. Yes, yes, there he is, there he is, there he is. All right. And on that note, I think my job is done. Dave.
Well, I would rather say that your job is just about to begin. That's a preliminary thing. The main job is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, put your hands together for our lead judge, Dr. Peter Arthur. So I hope that all the rules that he spelled out, that he shared with you, has sunk in, has gone down well with you, and you've taken note of it all. Thank you very, very much. Listen, I'd like for us to show some love for our audience on radio, on Love 99.5. Let's say a big thank you to them by showing them love, by putting our hands together. We know that they have other stations and other things they could be doing, but they're taking time off their busy schedule to tune into Love 99.5 and enjoy the debate. And indeed, they will be enjoying the debate in no time. Let's do the same for those watching us on television on Joy Learning. Show them some love. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you very much. Now, we are also live on Facebook on Love 99.5 and Joy 99.7. Let's show them some love as well. And please put your hands together for yourselves. You look beautiful, you look handsome, you look very colorful. Interesting, when I said put your hands together for yourself, the applause went higher. That's nice. Eddie count for. Eddie count for. Omes. Omes. These are the two schools that will be battling each other in the first contest of the day. Because your school is fourth the motion, Oppon Memorial, please stand. Now I'm asking them to stand because we're inching closer to invite the debaters to mount the podium. First of all, take their seats, and then later grab the microphone and start the debate. In a bit, I'll be introducing to you the debaters. But at this point in time, I think that Oppon Memorial, as they have stood up now, will be singing for us their school anthem. Now, you were part of this contest during the preliminary stage, so you're not new to this. I would ask one of my lieutenants in Collins to see whether we're good to go. We're good? He says we're good to go. So, Oppon Memorial, this is where you sing your school anthem. You sing with pride and sing it with joy. You can also have smiles on your face or faces whilst you sing your school anthem. Are you ready? Oppon Memorial, are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Omes. 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 On 3. 1, 2, go. All right, so whilst you keep your hands clapping, you can decide to make some noise if you so wish to. But let's welcome their debaters, Kenneth Mason, the principal speaker, and Rosalind Owusu-Edusei, who is a supporting speaker. There they are. There they are. And for information, they are for the motion. Now, they are joining us for the very first time in this year's competition because they were seeded from last year. They were among the last 4 from last year. I'm talking about the Edikan 4. Edikan 4. Edikan 4. Please stand on your feet. All right. Once you're standing, you heard what Oppon Memorial did a while ago, so you'd also be singing for us a school anthem. I like the way you're nodding, and I like the smiles on some of the faces of the students I'm looking at right now. There was a fine girl there smiling, beaming with big smiles, huh? Collins, if you're ready. All right, are you also ready? All right, so let me help you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And the beauty of what just happened is that other schools had their teachers and students trying to sing along. They were nodding. And then at the end of it all, they put their hands together for them as well. That is while we're here. It's all about love and intellectual exercise. Put your hands together one more time for yourselves. All right, so Presby Bompata, your debaters for the afternoon are Edu Jennifer, the principal speaker, and Abdul Justice, the supporting speaker. Where are they? Okay, there they are. Oh, you can keep clapping if you so wish to. You can keep clapping until the sit is allowed. Let's say a big thank you to our main sponsor, Pepsodent Cavity Fighter. We thank you so much. So there they are, Jennifer Edu, principal speaker, Justice Abdul, supporting speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, the motion they will be debating on is investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana. Oppon Memorial, they are for the motion. Presby Bompata, they are against the motion. So whilst our lead judge was addressing us, he mentioned that, listen, if you are bailed out, you stop debating. So we have an accurate timekeeper with us. I like what he just did. His name is King Davis. Please show him some love. Put your hands together for King Davis for me. He is the accurate timekeeper. Now, so principal speakers have 10 minutes, supporting have 7, conclusion 5. So when you have 3 more minutes to go on your clock, this is what you would hear. If your time is entirely up, he will let you by. So please take note. Thanks very much, King Davis. Now, today we don't have our regular chairperson and ambassador, but she has, asked somebody to come sit in her stead. His name is Michael Owusu, and he's an academic and assessment manager with the Jackson University College. This afternoon, he's here as our chairman. Please show him some love. Put your hands together for Michael Owusu. So, Mr. Chair, with your permission, can we start the debate? He says, fine. So, please, the floor is now that of Oppon Memorial as they start the debate. If you don't mind, put your hands together for them one more time. And may the principal speaker take the floor.
Productivity isn't everything, but in the long run, it is almost everything. Paul Krugman. Our dear good old friend from Presec Bompata, wouldn't it be fair that after the many failed attempts by our dear country to thrive economically, we shift the paradigm? You are now the chairperson, moderating jury, precise keeper of time, representatives of the Ghana Education Service, Charles and ARSRC, our dependable media partner, Love FM, unflinching teachers and trainers, co-debaters, eager viewers and listeners. With respect to all protocols, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to you all. Learn Kenneth Mason your ears, for I am on the verge of igniting the soundest argument this afternoon as the principal arguer for Oppon Memorial Senior High School, vehemently advocating a big yes to the controversial motion before the House, quote and unquote, investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana. The chair, it is my greatest honor yet, and I will let each passing second count. I will make the holistic argument before the House known, leaving you all, including my opponent here, to join the judges in reflecting if our stance is not the most credible and valid. The chair, while singing a panegyric for the ever thoughtful organizers of this program, I think this issue should have been settled without a debate, but Joseph Joubert would definitely not hear to that, as he advocates the essence of debate in deciding controversial issues of economic significance like this. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I have no other option than to articulate our stance on the issue with clarity and conviction, starting with the indispensable ritual of defining key terminologies in the motion to enhance its demystification. Investing is the act of allocating resources, usually money, with the expectation of generating income or profit. The Oxford English Dictionary 2020. Local manufacturing is the production of goods within the domestic boundaries of a country, locally and labor. Ghana Statistical Service 2019. Economic growth is an increase in the production of economic goods and services compared from one period of time to another. The chair, a down-to-earth meaning of the motion is Ghana should produce and consume what you use, for through only that will thrive economically. Panel, I must confess how puzzled I am at my opponent that after weighing the delegate motion before the House, they choose to back the wrong horse. Well, panel, the question we ask are, 1, have we always relied on foreign aid? Have a strong taste for foreign goods? And have we always been seeking foreign solutions to almost all our problems? Again, my dear opponent from Presec Bompata, are you happy about the current state of our Ghanaian of our country after 67 years of independence. Whoa, Presec, listen, there must be a change, and definitely it should be locally manufactured. Well, panel, ladies and gentlemen, we from Oppon Memorial Senior High School will prove to Presec Bompata that while opinions are like noses, this time they may be cutting their noses to spite their face. Hello, I will advise you to have the years of a length as you ponder the following cogent argument, accentuating why the motion before the House should be a big yes. Point 1, the chair. Local manufacturing significantly contribute to the growth in gross domestic product. GDP is the blood life of countries, as it basically shows how economically influential a country can be by promoting the better life of its people and country prosperity. As a J 2017 note that countries with robust manufacturing experience more GDP growth rate due to increased production and export capabilities. Also, and appear 2020 note that a strong manufacturing rate contributes to the higher GDP growth rate, revealing that there's an increase in the likelihood of countries with commodities. The chair, with commodities. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is not too late for Ghana to tell our story by resorting to locally bred solutions to our rather stifling economic challenges. Point 2, the chair. The localization of manufacturing promotes industrialization and economic diversification. This process is essential in reducing the reliance on raw material export. When a country diversifies its economies, it becomes more resilient to global economic shocks that can arise from over-reliance on a single sector. The chair, an industrialized economy is resilient to global shocks and provide a stable platform for sustainable economic growth. Hammond 2017. By investing in local manufacturing in Ghana, Ghana can create a more stable economic growth. Due to that, the chair, Akwete and Abbott 2019 note possess that countries with diversified economy are less susceptible to global market volatilities, ensuring more consistent economic growth and development. Now, Presec Bompata, what else do we as people crave for economic development seek, if not this? Point 3, the chair, investing in local manufacturing facilitates technology transfer and innovation. This is when multinational companies come together, they bring new technologies and ideas. According to EDU 2015, local manufacturing acts as a conduit for the transfer of advanced technologies, enhancing the skills and capability of the local workforce. The chair and house, this does not only promote productivity, but also increase the innovation as local technicians and technicians adapt and use this technology to suit local problems. The chair and the house, we say that expertise acquired and used on homeland is one easy way of ensuring the better life of the people in the general form of which my opponent from Presec Bompata are part. Point 4, the chair, investing in local manufacturing necessitates the development of infrastructure. This is one important social function arising from a focus on manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, with this focus, roads, power, telecommunication are basic issues that further stabilize, which benefit the broader economy. For manufacturing to thrive, reliable infrastructure is essential. As Amoakun 2017 points out, no matter the shape it takes, manufacturing acts as a catalyst for infrastructure development, which then promotes infrastructure development. The chair and house, I must say emphatically that improved infrastructure does not only end up by improving the manufacturing, but also the quality of life of the general people, of which again my opponent from Presec Bompata are part. Point 5, the chair, by promoting goods locally, Ghana can reduce its dependence on raw materials export, thus maintaining a trade balance. Panel, it is very sad as a patriotic Ghanaian when you face the bitter reality that virtually all that we consume and use are made by other people. The chair, we ask so, are they more human beings than us, knowledgeable than us, more visionary than us, or what? Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is that the reliance on these foreign goods has always led to the reduction in trade balance. But Adu Jamfi 2019 note that import substitution through local manufacturing helped promote trade deficit. Further supporting this, IJ and Owusu 2019 note that countries that have started implementing this strategy have seen a significant growth in their trade balance. Now, Presec Bompata, with this cogent point raised, we from Oppon Memorial Senior High School team should go back with your Planeta Americana arguments, because none of them will be accepted yet. And again, our argument today is in the form of a Pantera rule, of which you cannot stand it. Sorry, the chair and the house, if I got you confused along the line. As usual, you know the science student already. Don't be confused. The chair, ladies and gentlemen, with the smiles on your faces and the nods of your head, I know I have been able to convince you all that the motion before the house, quote and unquote, investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana. Thank you.
Beautiful chair, wise and impartial panel of jury, on-point timekeeper, co-debaters, organizers of Pepsodent High School debates, students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Edu Jennifer from the land of Edikan 4, and I mean Presby Senior High School, Bompata. Now the chair, the motion before the August House is, and I quote and unquote, investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic development in Ghana. It's the only way to economic growth in Ghana. And to which I stand here as the principal speaker speaking against the motion. But the chair, before I embark on my quest, I would like to expatiate some key terms in the motion for the better understanding of everyone in the auditorium. And now, Cambridge Dictionary defines invest as to put money, time, effort into something to make profit or achieve advantage. Oxford Languages also defines local as restricted to a particular area or one's neighborhood. Ladies and gentlemen, Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines manufacturing as to produce something or make something from raw materials by hands or machinery. Universal Dictionary also defines only way to be as so means, whereas Cambridge Dictionary defines economic growth as an increase in the economy of a country, especially on the value of goods and services that the country produces. So, ladies and gentlemen, all in all, the motion therefore seeks to posit that the well-being of Ghana's economy depends solely on building strongly on local manufacturing sector. And the chair, this simply means that any other economic activity is seen as less important. And this is what we dedicate for are saying. No, that shouldn't be the case. And now, we understand that manufacturing is one of the factors boosting economic growth, and hence we will not rubbish its contribution to economic growth. But our stance is, it is not the only area which needs investment. So, ladies and gentlemen, investing or while investing in local manufacturing has an immense potential. The chair, it is just a piece of the puzzle. So, achieving sustainable and inclusive economic growth requires multifaceted approach in order not to create unsustainable and potentially detrimental focus. So, ladies and gentlemen, for clear arguments and development, we present our uncontestable arguments in two viewpoints. One, I will be talking about the dangers and challenges in investing only in our local manufacturing, whereas my subordinate speaker will emphasize on why there is the need to look for other sectors that comparatively contribute to economic growth. As and when needed, exhibits will be tendered in to back our claims. So the chair, one danger associated with investing our resources in our local manufacturing is that it will have the tendency of disrupting our environmental sustainability. The house, investing our resources in local manufacturing, ladies and gentlemen, will have devastating effects, thereby creating environmental challenges such as pollution, deforestation, and depletion of resources. And so, a research item published by United Nations on Trade and Development in 2020 said or confirmed that manufacturing sector contribute or often associated with high levels of environmental pollutions, which can cause or which can lead to environmental or air degradation, water, soil, which in turn can lead to, ladies and gentlemen, poor occupation and public health. And to this, my opponent, would you love to concentrate more in your local manufacturing without equal investment in your healthcare delivery? Hey. Okay, now I move to point 2, the chair. Another danger is that investing our resources in our local manufacturing will diverse or will undermine the diverse nature of Ghana's economy. Ladies and gentlemen, achieving economic growth requires investing in variety of assets with unique characteristics in order to lower specific risk. So, ladies and gentlemen, if local manufacturing becomes the sole focus of investment, then the economic growth of Ghana will be thwarted by a sharp decline in the demand for our manufactured goods, increase in the price of raw materials, and the establishment of new industrial hubs, which can create unhealthy competition. And now, speaking on economic diversification, the House, the former governor for the Central Bank of Kenya said that Africa has made socio-economic progress in the last 2 decades, but social or economic diversification would have laid more and more solid foundation for accelerated development. And now, my question is, if investing in only local manufacturing will undermine Ghana's economy, then why should we still invest in it solely? Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I move to my 3rd point, I would like everyone in the auditorium here, look at the picture on the screen. And now, this is a vehicle trying to move to a particular destination. And here, the destination represents economic growth, whereas the engine of the car also represents local manufacturing. The chair, the 2 wheels of the vehicle also represent human attitude. Now, the good road leading the vehicle to the destination of economic growth also represents good policies. And now, this simply means that without workable government policies, ladies and gentlemen, towards attitudinal change of human beings, I tell you, local manufacturing might cripple and even becomes a failure. So, ladies and gentlemen, I now move to my point 3. One challenge is that investing in our local resources can never succeed in or under the face of unfavorable government policies. Ladies and gentlemen, political or stable political climate, ladies and gentlemen, sound economic policies and strong institutions are all essential for economic growth. And hence, ladies and gentlemen, investing only in our local manufacturing will not help us. And the cases, Ghana, we are experiencing lack of continuity in government projects. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are facing. So let's cast our minds back. What happened to Nkrumah Industries when the National Liberation Council took over? And now, what is the success of the One District, One Factory project? So now, how? Have they not turned in the tone of our flesh? Ladies and gentlemen, all these industries had the growth, had the potential for growth, but they have failed because of government policies. Now I move to point 4, the chair. High tax for foreign goods will not make arriving at economic growth successful. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghanaians have an unrestricted appetite for foreign goods, and hence investing our resources in our local manufacturing will not solve the mitigate age-old problem. And ladies and gentlemen, in an article published by agricaccess.com, the chair, in an article published by accessagric.com, Alhaji Osman Ahmed said that high tax for foreign goods is seriously affecting local manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, now, because of that, Ghana has turned into a dumping site for foreign goods, such as second second-hand cars, clothing, and what have you, because of the perceived quality and prestige attached to them. Ladies and gentlemen, now, how can we consolidate its gains in our local manufacturing? Or how can we consolidate its gains in the investments in local manufacturing? If we the Ghanaians are investing, or if we the Ghanaians are portraying such negative attitude. Now I move to my last point, the chair. The last challenge is that investing in our local manufacturing will increase the pace for corruption in the country. Now the chair, the situation of corruption has become pervasive now. And so a Ghanaian will proudly steal from one side of his pocket and place it in the other, and after that, clap himself for a good work done. And they chair the House in an index corruption of publication by Transparency International in 2022 said that Ghana ranked 70 out of 180 countries. The chair assessed with a score of 43 out of 100. And my question is, how many countries do we have in the world that only Ghana assessed with 43 out of 100? That means the case is very serious. Just recently, allegations of corruption happened in the Maslow, where the CEO has been jailed for 10 good years with hard labor. The chair, I know my opponents are ready to rebut this point by saying that corruption persists in other economic sectors, because even in the absence of investing only or solely in our local manufacturing. But our argument is, if this is the state of corruption now, then what will be the case if we put all our eggs in one basket? Ladies and gentlemen, my submissions are clear.
Mr. Chairman, scrutinizing judges, colleague debaters, with respect to all protocols, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The elegant lady before you is Rosalyn Owusu-Adusei, the supporting speaker for Oppon Memorial Senior High School. It is a privilege to buttress my fabulous main speaker in continuing the discourse on the crucial issue before us this afternoon. Quote and unquote. Investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana. Panel, my supportive role mandates me not only to relevantly add to the issues raised by my forerunner, but also to re-echo his points, enriching and fortifying them with additional evidence and perspectives. Most importantly, the chair, I believe that if my cherished audience must be served doses of academic opinions on a nationally significant issue like this by Presec Bompata, they should have been devoid of fallacies, ambiguities, and factual inaccuracies. But once my dear colleagues have chosen to do just the opposite of this, the duty naturally falls on me to do the needful cleansing, punching holes, and rendering their entire argument too weak to impress everybody here and everywhere. But the chair, I will first lay before the House an additional cogent point for the motion. To ask this point, the chair, a focus on local manufacturing is an avenue for job creation and employment. Investing in local manufacturing directly creates jobs and reduces unemployment. According to Asamoah 2018, and I quote, local manufacturing industries are labor intensive, thus have the potential to employ a part of the population, unquote. Nyako and Bafo 2020 concurred that countries that invest in local manufacturing mostly witness a reduction in unemployment. Mostly witness a reduction in unemployment. Unemployment over time. This reinforces the argument that manufacturing is crucial for job creation. The creation of manufacturing jobs can absorb the surplus labor from other sectors, particularly agriculture. That improve the standard living between families. The chair, we must argue in this regard that in an era where looking forward to the government and foreign investors for non-existent employment opportunity has been the order of the day, preaching local manufacturing is a step in the right direction. To ask 7 point, the chair, value addition to local manufacturing is one overt benefit of focusing on local manufacturing. This ensures that value is added to Ghana's numerous raw materials, such as gold, diamond, bauxite, timber, manganese, biodiversity, rich arable agricultural land, among others, increasing their worth in international markets. As noted by Opoku 2016, and I quote, value addition through local manufacturing enhances export revenues and strengthens the balance in payments, unquote, accompanied by significant improvements in export revenues, Dankwa and Boat in 2021. Teacher, by processing these materials locally, Ghana can export finished products and boosting export revenues and improving the trade balances. Teacher, while I am saddened to announce that as giants, particularly in cocoa and gold production in the world, our share of the global cake has been pitifully meager. I tell you, a shift in local value addition is the way forward. Now to our last point, Chair. The local manufacturing drive could be an avenue to bridge the rural-urban migration gap in Ghana. Presec, have you heard of the factors associated with rural-urban migration? In this regard, manufacturing industries can be situated in rural areas, promoting regional development and reducing urban-rural disparities. Part in 2016 note that rural-based manufacturing industries can decentralize economic activities and promote development, reducing urban migration by about 20% and increasing the balance of development. Chum and Ananek 2018. Teacher, this can reduce the urban migration infrastructure and provide employment in the rural areas. The chair and the house. The chair and the house. Since we all have always been trumpeting sharing of the national cake, I tell you, the focus on local manufacturing comes in handy to ensuring this. Now, rebuttals. Presec, you said the engine represented local manufacturing, right? Then I want you to know that if the engine represents the local manufacturing, then it means without the engine, which is the local manufacturing, the car can't move. Again, my dear opponent mounted this decorated podium to argue that the initial cost of setting up local manufacturing industries are very high, especially for a developing country like Ghana. Teacher, are my dear opponent rather concerned about cost? Really? The chair, we would strongly say that no matter the cost, it will be deemed money well spent due to its long-term economic benefits. Again, my good friends, you argued again that focusing solely on manufacturing would overlook the importance of other sectors like agriculture and services, which are also crucial for economic growth. The chair, a balanced approach that includes investment in manufacturing alongside other sectors that can lead to a more resilient and diversified economy is rather a prescription. Again, did I hear my colleagues argue that Ghana's domestic market may be too small to sustain large-scale manufacturing, limiting the potential for growth and economic of scale? Like, seriously, did you just awake from your slumber? We are arguing that while we are here, arguing the expansion of Ghana's economy through a robust local manufacturing approach, targeting regional and international markets can help expand the customer base and overcome domestic market limitations. The chair and the house, we from Omes say, the motion before the house, quote and unquote, investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana, should hold in the affirmative. Thank you.
Hello. The chair, the house. Before I embark on my marvelous argument, I kindly ask and entreat all and sundry to watch this video clip.
See the trend in the industrial sector. It has gone through these dips, which is what we experienced in the 80s during the economic crisis. but then it really has not seen any significant change. Okay. And then in 2011, we see
the house. From this woman, we can see during the years of 1960 to 1980s and all the way down to the so-called Ghana Vision Policy of 2020, local manufacturing industries have played a weak role in our economic growth and efforts. A sweet good afternoon to the outstanding chair, wise and impartial panel of jury, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, fellow students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am Abdul Justice, representing the most outstanding school in Asante Achim, thus Presbyterian Senior High School, Bompata. The chair, the motion before this house is, I quote and unquote, investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana, which I rise vehemently as supporting speaker, speaking in the opposition side of the motion. The chair, the house, I am here to lay great emphasis as to why we are to look at other areas that can comparatively contribute to our economic growth. Since my gallant principal speaker has already talked about the challenges and disturbances occurred when we channel all of our resources into the local manufacturing, hence not making it the only sector to be focused on. I then move to point one, the chair. Local manufacturing industries in Ghana over time have recorded the lowest growth rate, hence it would be unwise to channel all resources into such sector. Ladies and gentlemen, for clear argument and development, I entreat all and sundry to look at the projectional growth chart here from the Ghana Statistical Service. In the quarter year of 2023, we can see that agriculture recorded a 1.3% to GDP. Industries comprising of waste management, construction, and manufacturing recorded a negative growth rate of negative 0.8%. And on the other hand, services comprising of our health sector, finance and insurance, information and communication, and others recorded the highest growth rate of 2.6%. Madam Lucy, please, the logical question here is, are we to channel all of our resources into a sector that proves negative to GDP? Absolutely not, because it is clear that, I quote, you don't give meat to a dog that catches no game, end quote. I then move to my second point, the chair. I argue that we must invest in digitalization because of its immense impact in our economic growth and not only local manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, an article published by Frida Yalsin and Tahim Mahmoud. Digitization is the use of digital technologies to transform a business model and to create new revenue and self-producing opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, with digitization accompanied with online business strategies, Ghana will be able to create more business revenues for young businessmen to engage and to transact money, irrespective of their money systems. Ladies and gentlemen, the same article published that Ghana had valued up to $1 billion by a digitization economy and is expecting to reach a multitude of $5 billion by 2030. So my opponent, if digitization is able to open such a barrier for Ghana, then why shouldn't we invest into such a place? Lastly, the chair, investing in tourism will create the push vehicle for economic growth and not only local manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, tourism serves as a magnet which attracts people far and wide to various nations with tourist sites. People come to such places to learn and enjoy themselves, and this alone creates enough revenue in the form of foreign exchange to boost economic system. According to Graphic Online, during the year of 2019, that is the activities of the year of return, Ghana had gained a multitude of $1.9 billion just from the tourism. So my opponent, if tourism serves as initiative for countries such as Qatar, Dubai, and other European countries to boost the economic system, I then ask to the House, why can't Ghana emulate same? I then move to rebut House. Our opponents, that is the principal speaker, did say local manufacturing Can local investing in manufacturing can bring about growth in the domestic gross export? My opponents, looking at last year's quarter recognition in 2023, the record that local manufacturing gave to GDP was negative 0.8%. So I urge you to do excess research well and to present to us next time we meet. Point 2, the chair, that was said by our opponent. It did facilitate technology and innovation, but with only us investing in the tertiary sector, services would be ignored, hence reducing the skills and inventions of the science-related courses. They did also mention that it creates an avenue for job creation and employment. This is just laughable by my supporting speaker. Well, other services, such as the primary sector and tertiary sector, do the same potentials. So why would you like to emphasize more on the secondary sector? And besides, a research showed that the secondary sector brought about a 1 million total of employment, and the services brought a 9 million total, 5 million total of employment, and the secondary 4 million. All these have exceeded the secondary sector, hence making it unwell to invest. They also did say it will reduce our foreign importation. My opponents, I thought you were trying to say it will totally eradicate our foreign importation, because even developed countries like Qatar and Dubai, they still import. No country has been recorded to have a firm ground just on their local manufacturing. My opponents didn't make an point that it will also develop our infrastructure. Dr. Lucy, looking at our infrastructures like the Tema International Park in the year 1974, it has failed to bring about industrialization, just like the Tema Industrial Park. I rest my case.
The chair, as was audibly stated before the commencement of proceedings today, summary should feature the reiteration of key points raised, rebutting opposing view when necessary, and giving a befitting conclusion to argument raised. Well, that is exactly what I've mounted this podium the second time this afternoon to do. Ladies and gentlemen, my opponent should not forget the key takeaway of our argument today. Quote and unquote, Ghana has since time immemorial suffered economic malnutrition, getting no effective remedy from any of the numerous foreign initiatives put in place. Ladies and gentlemen, the way forward is definitely a homegrown solution in a form of a focus on local manufacturing. In our argument today, we from Oppon Memorial Senior High School raised and elucidated 8 points in our attempt to defend the motion before the House, quote and unquote, investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana. 1, we argue that local manufacturing significantly contributes to the growth in gross domestic product, GDP. 2, localization of manufacturing promotes industrialization and economic diversification. 3, investing in local manufacturing facilitates technology transfer and innovation. 4, investing in local manufacturing necessitates the development of infrastructure. 5, by producing goods locally, Ghana can reduce its dependence on imports, thus improving its trade balance. 6, manufacturing is an avenue for job creation and employment. 7, value addition to raw materials is one of the benefits of focusing on local manufacturing. And lastly, drive could be an avenue to bridge the rural-urban gap in Ghana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, rebuttals. Presec, your argument that manufacturing can lead to environmental degradation through pollution and resources depletion, which can have long-term negative impact on public health and ecosystem, shows that you need to be schooled. My opponent, now listen, have you heard about the green manufacturing? Well, these are sustainable manufacturing practices and stringent environmental regulations that can mitigate these risks. Again, Presec, you argue that promoting local manufacturing might lead to the protagonist of policies, which can hinder international trade relations and reduce the overall competitiveness of the economy. The chair, all countries protect their core interests, but if if strategic trade policies that balance protection with opinions that can support local manufacturing while maintaining healthy international trade relationship is approached. I don't think my dear friends have a case at all. Again, it is again surprising that my dear friends mounted this decorated podium just to tell the oblivious that the shift to local manufacturing can cause short-term economic strain due to transition period, which may involve distractions and adjustment in the economy. Well, yes, the chair, we know fairly that, well, that the change never comes easy. But the chair, while short-term challenges may exist, the long-term gains of a robust manufacturing sector justify these initial distractions. Now, the chair and the house, we would have loved to add to the cogent points raised, but OFAC will bear with me that in situations where fewer resources could suffice, basic economics advises you economize. Having done that, we leave the ultimate decision of declaring us the winners to our acrylic jury as I resume my seat, smiling because I know we from Oppon Memorial Senior High School has been able to convince you all that the motion before the House today, quote and unquote, investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana. It's a big yes. With this, gracias, meaning thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to emphasize on my statement I made when I was debating. Now, I said we know that manufacturing is one of the factors boosting economic development or growth, and hence we will not rubbish its contribution to economic growth, but our stances, it is not the only area which needs investment. Now the chair, why is any partial panel of jury? My second coming here is to give a decent summary of what my supporting speaker and I just said. Now the chair, we argued in two viewpoints. One, the dangers and challenges in investing only in local manufacturing, and two, why there is the need to look for other areas that comparatively least or contribute to economic growth. Under challenges and dangers, we argued that, one, it has a tendency of distracting our environmental sustainability. Two, it would undermine the diverse nature of Ghana's economy. Three, one challenge is that it cannot be successful in the face of unfavorable government policies. And another challenge is that high taste for foreign goods will not make arriving at economic growth successful. Five, the last challenge is that it will increase the pace for corruption in the country, and why there is the need to look for other sectors. We stated that, one, local manufacturing industries in Ghana over time have recorded the lowest growth. 7, investing in digitization has a tendency to positively impact our economic growth. And the last one, investment in tourism sector also leads to economic growth. Now, my opponents, please, let me tell you this. Next time, if someone is talking, pay close attention to it. Now, the supporting speaker rebutted us by saying that without the engine, the car cannot reach its destination. My opponent, please let me ask you, if you have engine without wheels, without good road, how can you reach your destination? Now, the chair, my opponent, the principal speaker, stated in his fifth point that it will, investing in local manufacturing reduces foreign importation. Ladies and gentlemen, just as my supporting speaker said, I thought he was going to talk about total eradication of importation, but we've invested our resources and we're here talking about reducing. Ladies and gentlemen, the principal speaker again stated in his point that it facilitates technology and innovation. The chair, the house. This is oversimplification, because if we invest all our resources in a long-time sector, then what are we going to face? How are we going to suffer at the short-round sector? Ladies and gentlemen, the supporting speaker stated that it creates avenue for addition it creates value addition to raw materials. Yes, just as you said, it creates value addition to raw materials. So this tells us that without investing in other sectors, because agriculture, we know that agriculture is part of the primary sector, and hence, before local manufacturing can be successful, we have to combine all these things. So investing only in secondary industry or local manufacturing sector will not help us. And hence, ladies and gentlemen, you said that value addition to raw materials, but you said you are investing only in local manufacturing. So how are we going to get more raw materials to produce our resources? The chair, the definition for manufacturing said that investing resources, or said that making something from raw materials by hands or machinery, that means that we need raw materials to produce our resources. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just this morning, we heard a news that electricity from Nigeria is pleading on us for a short or for we heard a news for Gridco that there will be a 3-week outage in power. Ladies and gentlemen, power is essential for local manufacturing, and hence, without electricity, there will be no economic growth when we invest all our resources in our local manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, the supporting speaker again stated in his point that I'll run for job creation and employment. My supporting speaker has already rebutted that, but I want to lay more emphasis on it that other sectors have the capability of producing employment for people. So it's not only investing in local manufacturing will provide job opportunity. And the statistic we brought shows that my submissions are clear.
Listen, we always make it clear to you that time spent with us during such contests, and I'm talking about the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate, is not a waste of time. It's always worth your while. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the debaters of OMES and Edican 4. And you know what, for those of you who have taken time off your busy schedule to listen to us on Love 99.5, I know that you're enjoying your afternoon with us. For those of you who are watching us live on our social media handles or platforms like Love 99.5 FM on Facebook, like Joy 99.7 on Facebook, again, I'm very certain that your afternoon is being entertained by these amazing debaters. Like I said, we are live on television on Joy Learning. So contest 1 in a round of 16 has come to an end. Now that contest was between Oppon Memorial and Presby SHS Bompata. The motion was investing in local manufacturing is the only way to economic growth in Ghana. Now, as you're very much aware, Oppon Memorial were for the motion. Bompata, Presby SHS, they were against the motion. At this point in time, please put your hands together for the debaters. I'm sure you are eager to hear what people are saying on social media, right? Well, Patricia Amabonsu in a bit will come, grab the microphone, and tell you what people are saying on social media. But at this point in time, I'd like to share some very important messages with you. For example, if you're looking for the very best creative arts, religious, and moral education books for your primary and your junior high school students, Naki Publications, the name again is Naki Publications, is your best bet. They also have the Naki Nugget series, which is user-friendly and self-explanatory, especially as it arranges topics, pictures, tools, and materials for your little ones. Look at Naki Publications at Achimaboko. Naki Publications, trusted by educators, loved by students, and approved by NACA. Let me tell you about Ultimate Land Hub, because they're offering some litigation-free lands in highly sought-after locations like the Shire Hills. If somebody comes and tells you that there are no lands available at the Shire Hills, tell the person that I, David Akwete, says it's not true. There are lands available at the Shire Hills around the Eastern Quarry area. Even lands are available at the Prempeh area, that's the Central University, and Dodowa, the Forest Hotel area. Now, they have about 5 to 10 minutes drive from the main road. And they also offer property management, genuine land registration, brokerage, property development, and flexible payment terms. I don't know how you clean your sweat when you're sweating, or maybe when you're crying. I don't know what you use to clean them, but I would recommend for you Flora tissues, because it provides your homes, your schools, your offices, and of course your cars with hygienic, absorbent, and affordable option to clean dirt, sweat, makeup, or even mucus. Flora disposable 3-ply handkerchiefs, toilet rolls, multi-purpose towels, table napkins, and box tissues come in beautiful new packaging such as the Flora Joy, the Flora Smile, the Flora Giant, and the Flora Kids. So get Flora tissues from any shop and traffic. Flora tissues, thank you for making us #1. Let me leave you with Top Choco, because nothing is tastier than Top Choco chocolate spread on bread. Now, the Top Choco 3-in-1 chocolate drink is also a delicious chocolate drink that combines the great taste, vitamins, and nutrients of Ghana's finest cocoa, milk, and sugar. All you need to do is to just add hot water and you're good to go. Now, you also need to try the Top Choco Cup, which is a crowd pleaser. Now, Top Choco is available in a shop near you. Top Choco, pure chocolate bliss. Top Choco is chocolate. Patricia, can you hear me? Patricia Mabosu, can you hear me?
Right here at the foyer, where we are going to take social media comments and of course some words from some of the supporters of the first 2 schools that have had their contest. And zooming straight to social media, Nana Achievement Rights, hashtag #Edikanfo, and Okokroko Apollo says, watching you all the way from Bompata Presec Staff Common Room, the OMES is not a contest to us. Michael Asie Dubuama Obimpe says, if God be for us, who else can be against us? Presec Bompata all the way. Georgina Osei says, OMES, my alma mater. I wish you all the best. Well done, Team OMES. Proud of you. Emmanuel J says, you can't beat us twice. OMES is on fire. Evelyn Sakwa says, go girl, we love you so much. Raise the name of your school, OMES. And she goes ahead to say, you took us out last year and we are taking you out today. That is what we call Ateka OMES all the way. We are fighters. Efia Boafua Sikapa Adepa says, Team OMES is winning. They are doing great. And he says, more fire, Akufo. Let me take this message also coming from Boachi Opoku Michael Cultures, who says, it seems Presec B are also in support of the motion on board. I stand for the motion because the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. Georgina comes back to say, may God grant them success. Nana Bio says, the Presecans are wonderful. Icon says, OMES all the way. This is our time. Nana Yao Sonny says, hashtag Dikanfo. Louise Owusu answer says, ish, my people of Akofo land, relax, so no pressure, no. You are willing, and you are winning. That's what he says, and adds a fire emoji. Precious Owusu says, I'm Precious Owusu from Presec, and we are with Presec Bompata in this competition. Kwekwe J says, OMES must win. Will win, and it's winning. Presec can't claim to be oblivious of that. And Kwekwe J says, strong argument from OMES. Amankwa Gideon says, watching you live from Germany. Presec Bompata all the way. And let me end with this comment coming from Asunaba Kofi, who says, please send my greetings to the English teacher, Sir Israel, all my Presec Bompata debaters. And he says he's also known as Alo Koko. And before we actually move to our sweet debate supporters, I must say, who are here with us, Emmanuel Bampo says tension is rising, but we are winning, no doubt about it. I mean, keep your comments coming on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. The hashtag is LUVFMHSD. This is still the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate happening here at the Christian Service University. We are live on radio, Love 99.5 FM, and also on TV, Joy Learning, the channel where you keep learning. Our collaborators once again are the Ghana Education Service, the Ashanti Regional Students Representative Council, Joy Learning, Joy Prime, and of course Christian Service University. And all of our wonderful sponsors, I must say, they are on board with us here. But like I said, let's gauge the mood once again, even before we go into contest 2. And I'm going to start off with my ladies here, coming from Presec Bompata. You have heard some of the social media comments from your family, your friends, and loved ones. Tell us, first of all, what that means to you.
Okay, so we are taking it like it means great to us. This time we've powered ourselves and surely we are winning it. If grading ourselves, we will be on 100% skill.
And what's your name?
Kwenchi Efia Santua.
Okay, Efia, let me speak to your other colleague also coming here from Presec Bompata. Please come closer to me and let's have this conversation. You saw the performance of your opponents, and how would you rate it if you were a judge?
Okay, I'll rate them -5/10.
Why?
Because they were tense, and I don't know why they've been tense whilst they are debating. So I think they should know that next time.
And what's your name, please?
I'm at the comfort Nakima Olawe, pursuing Gina at Presec Bompata.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me speak to my colleagues also coming here. I must say, my friends, Oppon Memorial, and I understand it's a return match for you. It's a revenge for you. What should be the final score you think for yourself?
Oh, maybe, let me say at the end of the day, Omes, we are going to carry the day because the Royals, we don't fear no school, and that is what we are here to do.
And your name is?
Samuel Afrawi, the Vice WDS President.
Okay, from Tamil, let me move to this beautiful lady here. You're actually live on Joy Learning on TV and Love 99.5 FM on radio. Share with me. You heard the marks that she gave your school. I don't know whether that makes you happy or sad.
Well, it doesn't make me happy at all, but I will just give them 0.2% per what I saw on the August podium for what they did. Well, I will congratulate my colleagues because they did very well on the August podium. And as from the Royal Land of Kukufu Omes, we are going to be crowned as the winners of this contest. Thank you.
Let us know your name so that if you are crowned winners, we know how we call you.
I'm Anoche Chana Presla, a proud student of Oppon Memorial Senior High School.
I see. So you heard our supporters of the two schools saying that, well, they are hoping that they will win at the end of it all. Yes, but we are not the judges. I'm sure the judges are doing their job right now to finally show us who won the contest one of the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debates. Of course, we have reached the main stage here happening at the Christian Service University. We'll be going for a quick break. When we will return, we will see the contest between defending champions Presby College and Anglican Senior High School. Thank you very much. My name is Patricia Bonsu.
Ow. Let me see. She's never had a toothache before.
There might be a cavity. Don't you use Pepsodent?
We used to, but I'll try the new one.
Ah, that's why.
But doesn't every toothpaste give cavity protection?
Not really. Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter repairs tiny invisible holes to give 10 times stronger teeth. Will you trust Pepsodent?
Definitely.
Pepsodent, 10 times stronger teeth.
Use Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter.
Ow.
Let me see. She's never had a toothache before.
There might be a cavity. Don't you use Pepsodent?
We used to, but I'll try the new one.
Ah, that's why.
But doesn't every toothpaste give cavity protection?
Not really. Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter repairs tiny invisible holes to give 10 times stronger teeth. Will you trust Pepsodent?
Definitely.
Pepsodent, 10 times stronger teeth.
Use Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter.
Ow.
Let me see. She's never had a toothache before.
There might be a cavity. Don't you use Pepsodent?
We used to, but I'll try the new one.
Ah, that's why.
But doesn't every toothpaste give cavity protection?
Not really. Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter repairs tiny invisible holes to give 10 times stronger teeth. Will you trust Pepsodent?
Definitely.
Pepsodent, 10 times stronger teeth.
Use Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter.
Ow.
Let me see. She's never had a toothache before.
There might be a cavity. Don't you use Pepsodent?
We used to, but I'll try the new one.
Ah, that's why.
But doesn't every toothpaste give cavity protection?
Not really. Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter repairs tiny invisible holes to give 10 times stronger teeth. Will you trust Pepsodent?
Definitely.
Pepsodent, 10 times stronger teeth.
Use Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter.
Ow.
Let me see. She's never had a toothache before.
There might.
Hello everybody. My name is Patricia Amabonsu, and I'm excited to share with you that the 6th edition of the Love FM High Schools Debates will be hitting your screens very soon. We're going to be live on your radio, Love 99.5 FM, and also on your multi-CV video box. All you need to do is to tune in to Joy Learning or Joy Prime, and you will get to catch every action right here on the Love FM High Schools Debate. We're also going to be live on social media. Search for LUV 99.5 FM with the hashtag LUVFMHSD. Wherever you are, don't go anywhere. It's going to be more fireworks on this year's edition of the Love FM High Schools Debate. See ya! Hello everybody, my name is Patricia Amabonsu, and I'm excited to share with you that the 6th edition of the Love FM High Schools Debates will be hitting your screens very soon. We're going to be live on your radio, Love 99.5 FM, and also on your multi-CV video box. All you need to do is to tune in to Joy Learning or Joy Prime, and you will get to catch every action right here on the Love FM High Schools Debate. We're also going to be live on social media. Search for LUV 99.5 FM with the hashtag LUVFMHSD. Wherever you are, don't go anywhere. It's going to be more fireworks on this year's edition of the Love FM High Schools Debate. See ya!
Hi, my name is Kofi Edudomfe. I'm the news editor for Love FM.
My name is Clement Apia.
My name is Ernestina Mensah.
This year's Love FM High School Debates, I admonish our viewers and our listeners to take keen interest in it because it's going to be wonderful.
And I'm looking forward to a more provocative, educative, and entertaining 2024 edition.
Especially with the underdogs, they were less endowed schools. Previously, they've shown that they are also capable of giving a very good game.
The Love FM High School Debate is on.
Let's meet and have fun, and also be educated. Hi, my name is Kofi Edudomfe. I'm the news editor for Love FM.
My name is Clement Apia.
My name is Ernestina Mensah.
This year's Love FM High School Debates, I admonish our viewers and our listeners to take keen interest in it because it's going to be wonderful.
And I'm looking forward to a more provocative, educative, and entertaining 2024 edition.
Especially with the underdogs, they were less endowed schools. Previously, they've shown that they are also capable of giving a very good game.
The Love FM High School Debate is on.
Let's be educated. Hi, my name is Kofi Edudomfe. I'm the news editor for Love FM.
My name is Clement Apia.
My name is Ernestina Mensah.
This year's Love FM High School Debates, I admonish our viewers and our listeners to take keen interest in it because it's going to be wonderful.
And I'm looking forward to a more provocative, educative, and entertaining 2024 edition.
Especially with the underdogs, they were less endowed schools. Previously, they've shown that they are also capable of giving a very good game.
The Love FM High School Debate is on.
Let's meet and have fun, and also be educated. Hi, my name is Kofi Edudomfe. I'm the news editor for Love FM.
My name is Clement Apia.
My name is Ernestina Mensah.
This year's Love FM High School Debates, I admonish our viewers and our listeners to take keen interest in it because it's going to be wonderful.
And I'm looking forward to a more provocative, educative, and entertaining 2024 edition.
Especially with the underdogs, they were less endowed schools. Previously, they've shown that they are also capable of giving a very good game.
The Love FM High.
Oh yeah, my lovely people, welcome to the show. Good afternoon to you once again. My name is Rebecca Swayze Mara, and I'm here to inform you The 2024 edition of the Love FM High School's debate is about to roll. It's about to go down, and it promises to be exceptional this year. 24 schools battling it out for a single trophy. Who gets to end up with the bragging rights? We'll find out. Always keep your dials locked on Love 99.5 FM for more details.
Back, we are still live here on the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate happening at the Christian Service University in Kumasi. We are live on TV on Joy Learning, the channel where you keep learning. On radio, we are on Love 99.5 FM as well as on social media, specifically Facebook and YouTube. We have seen the competition that has happened between Oppon Memorial Senior High School, and now we are going straight to the competition that is happening, or that is going to happen between Prempeh College, the defending champions, and Anglican Senior High School. And just as we do, yes, we are going to tell you about their motion and also gauge the mood even before we begin the competition. And they are going to argue for and against the motion code. Government should prioritize economic policies over climate change. We have Prempeh College arguing for the motion and Anglican Senior High School Kumasi arguing against the motion. And so let me just go straight now to Kumasi Anglican, and we are going to have this conversation right now with this gentleman. Introduce yourself to us and tell us what we should expect.
Okay, so I'm Samuel Champon, and I mean, this competition with Prempeh College, it's nothing sort of something very difficult for us. We are winning it, and we are here to play the A game. We've been here from the start. We've prepared and are poised for action. Prempeh College, on the other hand, just came to pass through, and then expect nothing but a mesmerizing performance from the School of Discipline and the School of Choice, Anglican Senior High School Kumasi. Prempeh College, moya mobododo.
I see. Let me to your patron here, this very beautiful lady, and what do you also want to share with us, please?
Okay, I'm Nana Ojubientri, a teacher of English at Anglican Senior High. Our contestants have been working around the clock, and trust us, they are going to give you the best. So just sit back and enjoy intellect at play. Even nature supports us, so just sit back and enjoy.
Okay, let's go straight to the defending champions, Prempeh College, right now. And I have the SRCWDS president. What do you want to also say?
First of all, my name is George Dame, and as the culture of Amanfo demands, we came here to glorify the name of God. We came here to glorify His will. We came here to have fun. I believe if we sit back and observe and commit to giving our best, we will come out on top. May the best school win. Okay,
from George, let me move to another George, but this time he is the patron for Prempeh College, and let's have this conversation before we go to David at the auditorium. What do you want to say? Are we seeing Prempeh College defending their title today?
It's too early. You know me, you have a plan. The plan has kept us consistent. 3 years now being the final is not easy. So we stick to the plan and let's see what happens. Talk is cheap though. Yep.
Okay, so if you're watching us, you're still live on TV on Joy Learning, the channel where you keep learning, and also Radio Love 99.5 FM. My name is Patricia. We'll be coming back with more here on the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate. David, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Patricia Amabonsu. If you are in this auditorium, question I have for you is this. Are you ready for contest 2? In the round of 16 of the 2024 edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate, are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Are you sure you're ready? Then put your hands together for yourselves. Yeah, I like the energy in the auditorium. For those of you watching us on television, Joy Learning, we say thank you very much for welcoming us back to your offices, your homes, and wherever it is that you're watching us from. If you're watching us on Facebook, on Love 99.5, and of course on Joy 99.7, we say thank you very much, and welcome to contest 2 of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate for the year 2024. If you are listening to us on radio on Love 99.5, we salute you. We welcome you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much time, our judges are still seated. Our chairman is seated. Our accurate timekeeper is also seated. A round of applause for them. So like you heard Patricia Amabonsu say, contest 2 has the motion, government should prioritize economic policies over climate change. Prempeh College, they are for the motion. Anglican Senior High School, they are against the motion. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any much time, Let's go back to Prempeh College. They are 3-time finalists. They are 1-time winners of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate. A man for. Please stand. I can see a sea of green in the auditorium. So I've asked you to stand because you're here to support your debaters. But you're standing now because you have to sing for us your school anthem. I'm told by Collins that your anthem is ready. But the question is, are you ready to sing for us your school anthem? Are you ready? Then on 3, a man for. 1, 2, go. The school anthem of Prempeh College. 3-time finalists, 1-time champions for the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate. A man for. So your debaters are Daniel Awuni, principal speaker, and David Asamoah, supporting speaker. Oh, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Welcome them, show them love. Let's go to Anglican Senior High School. The disciples, they are called. Disciples? 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 Please stand on your feet. Let's get interactive on social media on Love 99.5 FM's page on Facebook and Joy 99.7 also on Facebook. Listen, these 2 schools are ready to do battle. Which of the schools you tip to win this contest? Drop your comments on our Facebook and let's read it out. The disciples. Disciples. All right, so you're standing because you know the drill already. You're here to sing for us your school anthem. Now, Uncle Collins, I'm sure, is ready with your anthem. All you need to do is sing with pride and joy by following the anthem that is about to be played. Are you ready? Disciples, are you ready? Yes. Then on 3, 1, 2, 3. The anthem for Anglican Senior High School. Disciples. 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 All right, so put your hands together for your debaters. And they are Grace Ayamboya, the principal speaker, ably supported by Rosalind Chewa Frimpong. There they are. There they are. It's very obvious that if you look to my right, where Presby College are seated, they have only boys. To my left, where we have the Anglican Senior High debaters, they are only girls. So it's going to be a battle of the sexes, the boys and the girls. Ladies and gentlemen, the motion one more time is government should prioritize economic policies over climate change. Monsieur Timekeeper, you ready? So if you have 3 minutes on your time, debaters, this is what you would hear. Now, if your time is entirely up, again, you will hear this. Professor Ofak is here. Our lead judge, Dr. Peter Arthur, is here. Dr. Bonku is also here. We call her Mama Lou. Judges, are you ready? They say they are. So, Monsieur Chairman, with your permission, can we start the debate? So let's go to Prempeh College because we are for the motion. Their principal speaker goes by the name Daniel Awuni. Daniel Awuni, all is set. Set the ball rolling.
Hello. The standing chairperson, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, ladies and gentlemen. Representing Prempeh College is I, Awuni Daniel, principal speaker for the motion, and I quote, government should prioritize economic policies over climate change, unquote. Madam Chair, defining the key terms in the motion, government, as defined by the widely accepted Britannica, refers to political systems by which a country or a community is administered. Contextually, Chair, prioritize means to organize things in such a way that the most pressing needs are dealt with first. Chair, this places the central basis of today's conversation on prioritization and not neglection. The House, according to a 2024 European Union publication, economic policies refers to a wide range of measures that are used by government to manage the economy. Chair, according to NASA, that says that climate change is another thing that we prioritize. Climate change is another thing that we prioritize. According to a 2024 European Union, furthermore, the Chair, a change in the average conditions, such as temperature and rainfall, over a long period of time is what NASA terms as climate change. The Chair, the House. Now, in the wake of today's debate, we are provided or presented with two socio-economic problems. That is one, economic declination that can be combated with efficient political and economic policies. Chair. Two, negative shift in climate, which can be beaten with renewable resources and then transportation that is sustainable, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, Chair, the opponents have no other option than to agree with us that these concepts place a more demand on comparative, comprehensive analysis in determining that these needs are pressive and for that matter should be prioritized. Ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of the wise King Solomon, every discerning mind would agree with us that, Chair, in the face of society, my opponents, prospective claims and popular thoughts that climate change is claiming more lives and hence should be prioritized, a nothing short of oversimplification. Ladies and gentlemen, I have hung a 2023 publication by the United Nations which states that since the 1800s, the Chair, human activities have been the driver of climate change. Ladies and gentlemen,
However, the cornerstone of climate change and actions was adopted in Japan in 1997. And so you will know that between the years of 1800 and 1997 is a significant 197 years where humanity was not wiped out by climate change. Then, the principal, Father Agri, then lived to sign a petition to effect the conversion of what we have today as your Anglican Senior High School. Let's share. With all these into concept, our premier point, therefore, to affirm our stance is that government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because it will create employment, leading to social stability, which is essential for effective climate action. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the International Labour Organization, prioritizes climate change over economic policies, will lead to a negative effect on employment. Everybody under this auditorium should agree with Abraham Maslow that physiological needs such as food, shelter, and then clothing, which surpasses safety needs and then safety and then security needs, which encompasses climate action. House. Panel of judges. Why my opponents from Anglican Senior High School eyeing me when I say that government should prioritize economic policies over climate change? The chair. We further submit that the government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because even in the fight against climate change, the need for economic policies are unprecedented. Ladies and gentlemen, in our possession is a publication from Oxford University that seeks to process that. Chair. Economic policies are classified into three main areas, where the first area focuses on fiscal policy, to say is government expenditure. Ladies and gentlemen, the advocates of rainfall and then sunshine might be on a wonderland, but judges, let us just not forsake an article that was published on 12 May 2022 that seeks to process that Ghana will need to spend a whopping $38 million in order to transition from fossil fuels to sustainable energy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you live in a country called Ghana, which needs economic policies in order to generate resources to combat climate change, wouldn't it be a misapplied authority to say that government should prioritize climate change over economic policies? This is obvious that I know my opponents have the answers, so I'll move to point B. Need I say more, the chair? Government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because it will lead to a global competitiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, I am no son of Adam Smith, but common language in economics have taught me that, panel of judges, economic policies such as investing in ports and in roads will lead to facilitating trade, increasing productivity, and then generation of revenue through taxation. And so, if these funds do not go into other people and their grandchildren's pockets, then we can boldly say that our competitiveness has placed us as a more resourced country to combat climate change. Another point, therefore, to affirm our stance is that government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because it will lead to innovation and then technology. Ladies and gentlemen, even if we decide to do the wrong thing by prioritizing climate change over economic policies, what resources are there for us to use? What adequate technology is there at this time? My opponents may think they have won themselves a rebuttal, but this is to say that the last time I checked, satellite technology on farming alone will cost Ghana a whopping $290 million. This is 1/3 of what Ghana receives as IMF loan. Prioritizing economic policies over climate change will lead to generation of income, therefore designing a more robust and sustainable policy in order to combat climate change later and at a better time. panel of judges. In the knowledge of the aforementioned truth, that we establish our fifth and final point. Ladies and gentlemen, government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because it will lead to generation of resources to fund growth initiatives and then sustainable development. Here in Ghana, we will be making mockery of ourselves when we try to throw a blow at climate change without collaborating with NADMO, Security Council, and then sanitary inspectors. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not castigating measures taken to combat climate change. Nonetheless, in the tangible highlight, economic declination, which is surmounted by economic policies, is pertinent than climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, we therefore challenge the opposition to furnish the House objectively, showing that to combat climate change, which is at the mercy of economic policies, is therefore rising now to be more urgent than the implementation of economic policies itself. And so, if my dear would journey up into George Orwell's Animal Farm, they will know that all animals are important, but I will take that again. All animals are important, but some animals are more important than others. Then let the borrower of pets put in place his house, and then let the sky rest, for crying out loud. Thank you.
The chair, impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, fellow debaters, students, ladies and gentlemen, good day. Today, we have been tasked as debaters to present argument for the prioritization of two key variables, economic policies and climate change. The chair, my supporting speaker and I vehemently oppose the stance taken by the affirmative team on the motion. Quote, government should prioritize economic policies over climate change, unquote. I am Grace Ayamboya of Anglican Senior High School, Kumasi, and do rise as the principal speaker against the motion. The chair, as I speak, there will be the presentation of infographics on the screens. This is how my supporting speaker and I will elucidate our stance against the motion. 1, what is economic policy? 2, what is climate change? 3, what does it mean to prioritize? 4, elucidate points as to why the prioritization of economic policies over climate change is misplaced and the reverse must be the case. What is economic policy? According to studysmarter.co.uk, economic policy refers to the action a government takes to control the elements of the economy, such as budget, money supply, interest rate, and fiscal policy. Its aim is to manage economic issues. Examples include tax cuts to stimulate consumer spending, government expenditure to increase GDP, and introducing minimum wage policies to reduce income inequality. What then is climate change? The chair, according to Abbas et al., climate change is a long-lasting change in weather areas across tropics to pose and a global threat that has embarked on to put stress on various sectors. What goes in to prioritize? According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, to prioritize is to list or rate projects, goals, etc. in order of priority. Priority, according to the same source, is a preferential rating or something which is given meriting attention before competing alternatives. Ladies and gentlemen, it is against these expositions that my supporting speaker and I find the stance of the affirmative team not only ridiculous, but simply unbelievable. To say that the government should ascribe preference or attention to fiscal and monetary regimes over a global threat that affects every aspect of economic policy and every aspect of the economy and the policies they champion simply beggars belief. Now, to why the prioritization of economic policies over climate change is misplaced and the reverse must be true. The chair, my first standpoint is that the prioritization of economic policies over climate change is only an endorsement of what I term disaster in waiting. Losing sight on the looming climate challenges will end us up being caught in a never-ending cycle of crisis. Not prioritizing climate change will lead to government losing out on health co-benefits, which includes reducing air pollution that improves resilience to future respiratory systems. My opponent, prioritizing economic policy in this state will only exacerbate looming disaster. People are taxed to pay for pollution. Business enrichment with the ability to pay these taxes will pay and continue to emit toxins in the environment, which have devastating effects on both the vulnerable and the poor. Government only build hospitals and fight these diseases while continue imposing taxes on these individuals. And this vicious cycle continues with no end. But I dare say that climate change, prioritizing climate change, will break this cycle, leaving governments more room to focus on other alternatives. All that we are saying is that climate-friendly policy can mitigate risks that economic policies cannot. Hence, it must be prioritized. Ladies and gentlemen, my second argument on why climate change must be prioritized by government is that climate change has profound health benefits, influencing various aspects of human well-being. My opponent, do you believe in the adage that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation? If yes, then your arguments are simply dead on arrival. Before you think of any refutation to this line, tell this august gathering first that prevention is never better than cure. The chair, the health benefits of climate change include but not limited to heat-related illness and death caused by increased temperatures resulting in heat exhaustion, heat strokes, cardiovascular and respiratory diseases to the vulnerable, including children, the elderly, and others with pre-existing health conditions. 2, air quality and respiratory issues by increasing ozone depletion, leading to respiratory problems like asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. 3, vector-borne and waterborne diseases such as cholera, malaria, and Lyme diseases. 4, mention ought to be made of the mental health associated with climate-related events like natural disasters, which include hurricanes, floods, and wildfires. These examples are psychological stress, anxiety, distraction, and many more. Prioritizing climate change through its mitigation and adaptation strategies are the only essential tools to minimize, if not curb, these health dangers completely. My opponent, what fiscal or monetary policy can curb these health dangers? My third point, the chair, is that by strategically implementing and supporting climate action policies, government would not only be addressing environmental issues, but also enhance its financial health through diverse and sustainable revenue streams. My opponents, have you heard of the carbon pricing and emissions trading? Reuters in February 2024 reported that global carbon market hit value record of $949 billion just last year. Government, through the prioritization of climate change over economic policy, can actively participate in this and share in the billions of dollars to stabilize the ailing city and the wobbling economy. One man from Ghana, Joseph Sian Japan, of the Zoom Lion fame, has secured $20 million just last year from now till 2030 with its integrated waste recycling and compost facilities. My opponents, imagine if Ghana decides to create one facility per district to recycle the waste generated. Isn't that money? Yes, it is, but not as a result of economic policy, rather as a result of climate action policies. Other revenue regimes presented by climate action policies include preserving natural environment and ecotourism to rate in more revenue. What about the jobs created? These people will pay taxes, in turn widening the tax base and extension of revenue to the government. The chair, my fourth point is that the government have the moral and ethical responsibility to protect the current and previous and future generation from the adverse effects of climate change, the very reason for which it must be prioritized over economic policies. Panel of judges, my opponents here have learned in their social studies class about sustainable development and yet are trying to play the ostrich today. Sustainable development, as we all know, is the ability of using resources in this generation without jeopardizing the ability of the future generation to also use these resources. I wonder which economic policy, either monetary, this imposes a responsibility on us to ensure a livable planet and safeguard the rights of vulnerable population as well as the unborn generation. I wonder which economic policy, either fiscal or monetary, my opponents can My opponents can ascribe to this cause. However, I can confidently say that climate actions like tree planting, reclamation of lands, agroforestry, etc. can achieve this course of life. Green Ghana project launched by this government planted 54.5 million trees since its inception in 2021. This was according to Graphic Online in March 2024. Tree planting is never an economic policy. My opponents, ladies and gentlemen, on the screens now are teachers and students of Prempeh College actively participating in a climate action, tree planting, and this is the responsibility we are talking about, and a more reason for which it must be prioritized. The chair, the government is desperately pumping millions of cedis into Galamsey fights, not because it is getting taxes from Galamsey, but to safeguard and protect their land and natural resources for the future generation to also enjoy our land in peace. And this is definitely a climate action policy. Ladies and gentlemen, my last argument on why climate change should be prioritized by government over economic policies stems from the fact that global warming is a global concern, while economic policies of government are homegrown. The United Nations has described the issues of global warming as the defining issues of our time. The UN notes that from shifting weather patterns that threaten food production to rising sea levels that increase the risk of catastrophic flooding, the impacts of climate change are global in scope and unprecedented in scale. And this, without drastic action today, adapting to this impact in the future will be more difficult and costly. The UN estimates that approximately 3.3 to 3.6 billion people live in contexts that are highly vulnerable to climate change. My brothers, what's happening to compassion? Which economic policy can take these people out of vulnerability? The chair permits me to remind my colleagues from the affirmative team of their social lessons they have learned in class on group interest and individual interest. My opponents, were you not always told to prioritize group interest over individual interest? Why then are you betraying your teachers and education with this your stance? For chair, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, government must prioritize climate change over economic policies because the long-term stability and prosperity of economics, public health, and global system depend on addressing the urgent and far-reaching impact of climate change. It is against this that we reject the stance of the affirmative team on the motion, quote, government should prioritize economic policies over climate change, unquote. Thank you.
Hello. The chair impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, fellow debaters, and all other protocols you observed. My opponents claim that prioritizing climate change over economic policies will ensure economic stability. Mama Lou, this is mere oversimplification. The chair, the House, whilst the urgency of addressing environmental concerns cannot be understated, it is clearly evident that a strong economy is the cornerstone upon which economic policies can be built upon, and therefore climate changes can be taken action by this being the sole foundation of our economy. By focusing on economic growth, they share the House, we can ensure that financial resources, technological advancement, and social stability will be therefore cemented in our economy, and therefore will help us to manage climate changes with the vigor and innovation it demands. Then I direct this question to you. Which revenue then do you demand the government to manage with economic challenges? Therefore, we do not accept. But I would like to ask you this question again. Which revenue then do you expect the government to manage climate changes with? The good someone's grandmother left. Well, representing Prempeh College, I am Asamoah David Mboache, supporting speaker in support of the motion before the Orchestra House today. And I quote, the government should prioritize economic policies over climate change, unquote. Let's share the House. All what we are trying to say here today is that which government with economic gurus and giants making sound economic policies for the country will prioritize rainfall and temperature rising, a global phenomenon, over unemployment, poverty, and the rate at which the cedi to dollar is depreciating. Ladies and gentlemen, do we want to accept that the least said will be the better? the ever-wise chairperson, this establishes my first point that the government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because the current economic challenges Ghana is facing is demanding it. The chair, the house, accurate timekeeper, you will attest to the fact that we are in a country where every single individual is complaining about the current climate changes and economic problems we are facing. The hike in prices of goods and services, the rate at which the government is dependent on the pockets of the IMF to survive. Do we even have to talk about the rates of unemployment in our country? I guess I'd rather move. Maybe you didn't notice this, but what you tried to hide has been exposed on our screens. Projected here is a research item and a news item from africannews.com, which clearly states that Ghana is still facing financial challenges. And yet, my opponents want us to sit idle, concerning ourselves with chlorofluorocarbons, global warming, and temperature rising, while our cedi and dollar rates are depreciating and rising. Our allowances and salaries are being blown away like leaves in a hurricane. The chair, the house, allow me to ask my opponents one question. Is this sheer hypocrisy or wickedness? Rather, you and I can see, Prof, that their faces say it all. With this, I move to the second point. The government should prioritize economic policies over climate changes, rather to reduce poverty. Mama Lou, we are in a current dispensation where the World Bank has clearly established that if an individual lives on $1.90 per day, then this individual is extremely poor and cannot even feed his or herself. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you a country called Ghana, where every single individual in this auditorium is owing a staggering amount of 19,000 Ghana cedis. The chair, the house, prioritizing economic policies over climate change will rather improve the standard of living of citizens and therefore reduce the rate of poverty in our country. Madam Chairperson, making sound economic policies will leverage the average Ghanaian citizen of some economic burden, which will therefore improve the standard of living, and in the end, environmental stability will be set. And my opponents cannot deny this fact. Ladies and gentlemen, my opponents will try to rebut me by saying that no, they can't even rebut this. I move to my third point. Government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because the climate change has international operations and financial mechanisms which exist to combat it. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow viewers from multimedia, it is very clear that the Ghana National Climate Change Policy on 7th June 2023 established in clearly that Ghana will need to rely on international organizations in order to manage climate change. This is because the current economic climate of Ghana will not allow it to fund activities addressing to climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, what I am trying to establish is that in a country where our resources are very scarce, the government will have to prioritize and do the needful by focusing on sound economic policies rather than wasting money on climate change management, where bigger and better international organizations like the UN can combat it easily. Unless, of course, the disciples will want to imitate Christ and develop fishes out of the bellies, and develop gold out of the bellies of fishes to provide for this economy. Now they share the house. My opponents deviated from the motion by telling us that my opponents deviated from the motion by telling us that the government provided trees for our teachers to plant. Ladies and gentlemen, this is because reforestation demands huge sum of money. Oh yes, our teachers humbly and happily accepted it because economic policies put in place made the trees available for them to plant. So where lies your argument? Ladies and gentlemen, moral integrity, where over 7 years you are talking about, a government has been able to spend 522 billion cedis as public debt. So where is the moral integrity you are entrusting our Ghanaian leaders to rather put in their capacity to solve climate change? This is a blatant lie in its highest order. The chair, the house. Do we believe that a healthy nation, you are saying that do we believe that a healthy nation, we don't accept what you're saying. This is a no because a healthy nation where we are hungry. Anglican Senior High students are running away from school because there is shortage of food in their pantries. The chair, the house. This is because there is a lack of economic policies to help them. So this is why the people of Prempeh College are always happy and healthy, because we have old boys who understand the rate of economic policies in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, my opponent called us here to prove that can economic policies prevent climate changes? This is a yes and a yes, because we are clearly evidence that the government of Ghana will need money to mobilize itself in order to combat climate changes. Climate changes have a positive and many impacts on our country. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I rise in furtherance of the lucid, coherent and logic arguments presented by my principal speaker on the motion, quote, government should prioritize economic policies over climate change, unquote. As the supporting speaker from Anglican Senior High School, Kumasi, I am Rosalind Trewa from Pong. The chair, my principal speaker and I are not in any way saying that economic policies are bad, but prioritizing same over climate change will not inure to its economic sustainable goals. The chair, my first standpoint is that giving priority to climate change over economic policies is an interest in the very survival of nations and the world at large in terms of crop yield and food security. This is because climate change significantly affects food security in terms of availability, access, utilization, and stability of food chains that no economic policy can come close. Extreme climate events such as floods, droughts, and heat waves lead to the damage of crops, reduce yields, disrupt planting and harvesting cycles. My opponent's task here is to mention one economic policy that will serve as such an impact, and it will be considered prioritization. None, right? Okay, my opponent, since food is not planted in the sky but in the soil, let us do this simple analogy here. Increased temperatures and altered rainfall depreciations leads to the offshoot of climate change. Which economic policy will my opponent propose to heal soil health? Is it a tax waiver on fertilization, importing more food, or reducing interest rates? All that we are trying to say is that, considering the fact that economic policies should be prioritized over climate change, it's like pouring water into an ocean or at the back of a calabash, simply cost 90. What will be the use of fertilizers when floodings are persistent on arable lands? Will you prefer continuity importing so that the city keeps depreciating against major currencies, my economic whiskered opponent? What would be the bearing of low interest rates on eroded soil? You and I are certain at this point that such climate actions, such as afforestation, cover crops for instances, promote soil health, and hence reduces food security. The chair, my second argumentation is that prioritization of climate change and climate actions in itself presents better economic opportunities that are real and not abstract. This stems from the fact that a good climate policy is a good economic policy, but the reverse cannot be true. The chair, transitioning to a green economy can create new industries and job opportunities, potentially leading to sustainable growth. This is proverbial to killing two birds with one stone. The chair, more jobs and industries are created through the expansion of public transport system, promoting electric vehicles and infrastructure. You want more jobs, my opponent. Prioritizing economic change means expanding recycling programs and waste-to-energy products that create jobs and processing, converting waste to usable materials and energy. New job openings will be created in research and development of recycle technologies and development. And this is a bye-bye to the long-standing Unemployment Graduate Association. Which economic policy will come close, my opponent? The last point, the chair, is that the role of every government is to seek the welfare of its people. Welfare schemes are social in nature and not economic. I can confidently say that all climate actions are social welfare schemes that people easily accept, unlike certain abstract economic policies that do not even make sense. All celebrations nationwide in 2024 Environmental Day stated that our claims for prioritization of climate change is true, from the government to its ministries of environmental and science and lands and natural resources. Agencies like the Forestry Commission, the Environmental Project Agencies, NGOs, institutions like even Prempeh, churches and citizens have all agreed to the fact that indeed prioritization should be given to climate change over economic policies. The chair now rebuttals. My opponent made an assertion that we are talking of two socio-economic factors here. Let me stand to tell you that economic policies are strictly economical. They are not socio-economic. Therefore, you are rather deviating from the motion. Also, my opponent made an assertion that since climate change is the activities of humans, then we should take it by ourselves. This is why we are prioritizing it in order to make it. This is why we are prioritizing climate change. This is because the government themselves are humans. Since they've caused the human activities of climate change themselves, they are trying to solve it. Also, my opponents made an assertion that our school was built due to the economic policies made by the government. But I stand to say that building of schools is a social intervention, not an economic policy. Also, my opponents made an assertion that economic policies will help us promote the economy. And I'm asking, which economic policies? Is it the e-levy or the emission tax or whatever? Those money, are you trying to say that those little monies gained are what is used to going to control the economy? Okay, my opponent. Also, my opponents made an assertion that economic policies, we said that they took money from the government in order to plant trees. That is not what we said. All that we said is that you are trying to plant trees just because you realize that climate change has a drastic effect on human activities. Therefore, you taking a responsibility means that you are sustaining the future for the present generation and the future generation. The chair of the House, I rest my case.
The chair, ladies and gentlemen, the central basis of today's conversation is prioritization and not neglection. And so with this, mounting this podium once again, I'm not here to present a lengthy script, but to give a decent summary of what have been put together by my subordinate speaker and I, the chair. We debated that government should prioritize economic policies over climate change because, one, it will create employment which leads to social stability, which is essential for active climate action. 2, the need for economic policies are unprecedented. 3, it creates good global competitiveness. 4, it will lead the way to innovation and technology. 5, it generates resources to fund both growth initiatives and sustainable development. 6, the current economic problems demands it. 7, it reduces poverty. 8, climate change already have international corporations and immediate mechanisms to combat it. Now, the chair. The opponents asserted that, no, they didn't even assert. They assumed that, the chair. We opposed the motion, they opposed the motion, and we told them to challenge the opposition and to furnish the House objectively that combating climate change, which depends on economic policies, the chair, they failed in their duty today to furnish the House objectively and show that combating climate change, which depends on economic policies, and now has rise to surpass the agency of implementing the economic needs itself. So the chair, they have failed in their duty today. Consider that you have not to come this stage again or then onto this podium, the chair. The opponents again asserted that prioritizing climate change over economic problems will impact public health, the chair. This is a wrong analogy, panel of judges. This is such an irrelevant conclusion. If climate change should stand alone and then a net for independence on economic policies, then where are we as populants? The chair. We never mention of socio-economic policies, but socio-economic problems, my dear. I don't know if you have an earpiece in your ears while listening to us. The chair, the house. Building of schools is a socio-economic intervention. The opponents alluded that we said that their pantry is shortage of foods, and so building of schools is not an economic policy but a social intervention. The chair. This is a lie. We are telling them that building of schools is a social intervention, but feeding of the students is an economic policy. My dear, if you come back in your preliminary stages, then you will learn to analyze critically. The chair, the house. The opponents again asserted that sustainable development does not comprise of economic policies. The chair. Sustainable developments are grouped into 17, and the first one is that it will alleviate poverty, 2, alleviate hunger, and then 3, provide public health. Panel of judges. If sustainable goals itself is saying this, then I doubt the credibility and the authenticity of the exhibit you attended in. My dear, never mount this podium again to say this. Panel of judges. The opponents again asserted that the state that economic policies have flaws, and such economic policies have flaws, and such should not be prioritized. The chair. The fact is that my opponent just found out that everything on the earth has problems and then consequences. That does not negate the importance of addressing the pressing needs of citizens in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the opponent again asserted that thank you.
The chair, ladies and gentlemen, I rise once again as the principal speaker against the motion. Quote, government should prioritize economic policies over climate change, unquote. This time, to give a summary of the arguments presented by my supporting speaker and me, we have heard the following. 1. Prioritization of economic policies over climate change is only an endorsement of disaster in waiting, as we will perpetuate a never-ending cycle of crisis. 2. Climate change must be prioritized over economic policies by any government because climate change has a profound impact on health and influences various aspects of human well-being. A healthy nation is a wealthy nation. 3. By strategically implementing and supporting climate action policies, government will not only be addressing environmental challenges, but also enhances its financial health through diverse and sustainable revenue streams like carbon market trading, ecotourism, and taxes for new jobs. 4. Governments have the moral and ethical responsibility to protect both the current and previous and future generation from the adverse effects of climate change. 5. Climate change should be prioritized by government over economic policies because global warming is a global concern, while economic policies are only homegrown. Note that group interest must always suffice. 6. Giving priority to climate change over economic policies is an interest to the very survival of the nation and world at large in terms of crop yields and food securities. We don't eat money, but food. 7. Prioritizing climate actions in itself presents better economic opportunities that are real but not abstract. This is because a good climate policy is a good economic policy, but the reverse cannot be true. 8. Since the role of every government is to seek the welfare of its citizens, climate action should be prioritized because it does basically this, and it is supported by citizens and institutions alike. My chair, I respect my opponent's passion on this motion, but their argument missed the broader implication of this motion. The supporting speaker said, which revenue would we use to eradicate climate change? Providing facilities and creating plants are all parts of social interventions. And as my supporting speaker said, economic policies does not cover social interventions. My opponents, don't try to play the ostrich today, because social policies will cater for these creation of facilities and plants. Also, they mentioned that economic policy gives government revenue. These policies end up burdening the ordinary citizen to pay more taxes. Examples are e-levy tax, debt tax, emission tax, which are all examples. Focusing on climate change can bring Focusing on climate change can reduce this burdening, and government must prioritize this. Also, my opponents mentioned that tackling climate change is costly. My opponents, should we die at the expense of cost? This is why by prioritizing climate action policies, governments can create facilities and recycle plants, which will earn the government millions of dollars that will take care of these initial expenses in creating those facilities. He also said that we talked about health-related illness associated with climate, and we said that it will reduce these health issues. My opponent says, when did you hear that economic policies provide medicine for people? Since when did you hear that economic policies take people to the hospitals? These are the climate change. Because of climate change, peoples are taken to the hospital, and government continues to impose more taxes, and this reduces what they are saying. Also, my opponent said that we alluded that economic policies have flaws. Are you here, my opponent? Are you really listening to us? We never said that economic policies have flaws, but we are saying that economic policies are not bad, but prioritizing it in this concept is not the case. My opponent, as my supporting speaker said, don't try to sway the argument on social interventions by saying that there are social problems. Social problems are tackled with socio-economic policies. You will be pardoned if the motion had said that socio-economic policies, but if you care to know the difference, I would educate you. The differences are based on objectives and methods. Economic policy aims for microeconomic stability and growth, whereas social intervention aims for equity, inclusion, and alleviation of social problems. Also, on the methods, economic policy often uses financial and regulatory tools, while social intervention uses services, welfare programs, and legislative measures. All that my opponents have talked about today sum up to the government raising revenues through economic policies. But I leave them with this old Indian proverb, which says, only when the last tree is dead, the last river has been poisoned, and the last fish is caught, will we realize that we cannot eat money. Thank you.
I'm sure that you know that saying that goes like this. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. But I would say that funny how time flies when you're being informed and you're being educated. And indeed, this afternoon we've been educated, we've been informed by, our debaters for today. And just gone by was contest 2 in the round of 16 stage of the 2024 edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this afternoon's debaters. From Presby College, Daniel Awuni, Principal Speaker, supported by David Asamoah, and for CAS, Grace Ayamboya, Principal Speaker, and Rosalind Chewa Frimpong. I'm sure you'll agree with me that they've done justice to the motion, which was government should prioritize economic policies over climate change. One more time, a round of applause for all the debaters. Well, I've got some very solid information to share with you at this point. One is from Super Lovec Phones. Listen, I want you to buy or order your phones, your tablets, and other mobile devices via their Play Store or App Store, and you'll be glad you did, because Super Lovec Phones are the best. You can visit www.superlovec.com and enjoy a discount of up to 50%. Now, Super Lovec Phones gives you a free glass protector with every purchase. Locate them at Asafo opposite the VIP station in Edum, PZ Sofa Line Tech Junction, and also KJTR between the Opportunity Bank and MTN. I'm sure you might have heard about Best Brain publications, but just in case you have not, listen, every child with a good future depends on the foundation laid by their parents. Now, are you a school or a parent looking for quality NACA and GS approved English, science, mathematics, and computing books for your wards? Then Best Brain has got you covered. Now, they produce all subject books for children at creche, nursery, kindergarten, and primary level. You can find them. That is Best Brain Publications at Pankrono. Best Brain Publications, securing tomorrow's academic well-being today. Let's now talk about Fortune low-fat spread for bread. Now, there is an all-new Fortune in town, and that is a Fortune low-fat spread for bread. It is yummy, delicious, spreads easily, has a creamy taste, and is packed with 7 essential vitamins to help keep our little stars energized. So whether on bread or biscuits or corn or toast, Fortune low-fat spread for bread is always on point. This advert, for your information, is FDA approved. Let's now talk about Jama soap from Wilma for cleaner, fresh wash. Well, I'm sure that you'd like again to hear from Patricia as to what people are saying on social media, as to which school they think has done better or has done well and will be moving on to the next stage of the competition. But before she shares that information with you, I'm sure she's got very important messages as well.
Yes, I do. And I still have some wonderful companies supporting us on the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent debate, high school debate, I must say, happening here at the Christian Service University. And let's say thank you to the Sea Travel Consults who are organizing another captivating, unforgettable, fun, and adventurous experience in Kenya and Dubai. Remember, the date is from July 14 to July 21st, 2024. Now, the tour package includes a UAE visa, return ticket, accommodation, and also meals. Now, tax-inclusive tours for a couple go for a cool $1,650 And if you are a single person, you get to pay $1,850. Now, call your friends, your family, your loved ones, your colleagues, everybody right now and make reservations today. And do remember that we are the Sea Travel Consults. We are the only travel agency that gives you personalized services when it comes to study abroad programs, visa assistance, travel insurance, business conferences, and also vacations. The Sea Travel Consults, we say this is life. We also like to say thank you to Slim and Fit who are helping us to regain our confidence. Now, are you worried about the weight that you have put on? Or if you are a nursing mother, if you want to lose that belly fat, you are worried about how to do that, don't worry. Remember that Slim and Fit is your go-to alternative. Now, we help you to make sure that you shed off all the fat that you don't want and maintain your natural, beautiful look. Now, these products has been endorsed by the FDA and also been endorsed by Ohineri Gifty Auntie and Timakunkum. Remember, you can get it in also any pharmacy nationwide. Slim and Fit, we say, regain your confidence. Also, would like to say thank you to Daxo Dental Clinic. They are making sure that we are able to also smile at you and also speak with you confidently, because the breath that comes out is very good. In fact, when you go to Daxo Dental, they will recommend Pepsodent Cavity Fighter also for you. But here's what they also do. They provide comprehensive one-stop shop specialist dental services such as extraction, cleaning, polishing, filling, straightening with specialist braces, treatment of bad breath, and also they give you modern digital x-rays for your diagnosis. And it doesn't matter. You can go there as an individual, you can go there as a family, you can go there as a corporate institution. They will cater to all your needs. Remember that we even work on Sundays, and from Sundays we work from 12 noon to 4 p.m. We do same for Monday also to Saturday. Locate Daxo Dental Clinic inside Ahonjo. They are opposite Latest Foam. When you go to Amekum, they are inside the City Style building, and you can also locate them at IPT opposite the first gate of Amstead. And before I go to your comments on social media, I would like to finally say thank you to the Rab Haven. The Rab Haven, they have a very special package for all our fathers and all the special male figures in our lives today. And so if it's your husband, your uncle, your grandpa, your fiancé, your boyfriend, whoever it is, please make sure you are taking that person to the Rab Haven today. They are going to give them a very great service when it comes to trimming, manicure, pedicure, skin tag remover, anything at all when it comes to your personal care needs. The Rab Haven is there for you. They say just give them 1 hour and they'll make sure that they pamper you. Locate them at Atasumansu. They are adjacent the World Links Academy. That is the Rab Haven and the information that they have for you. But you see, the thing is that they even also work on Sunday. So don't worry about going there and you thinking you will not meet them. They work actually from Sundays they work from midday to 7 p.m. I must say, and they also work from Tuesdays to Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Once again, take your father there. This Father's Day, which is coming up on Sunday.
How many more days to Father's Day?
I think we've had like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes, today.
I'm still expecting my package from you.
Yes, David. And in fact, even before Father's Day, you know we work all day and it gets very stressful. And so you are going to get your massage this evening, okay? I can promise you that. Please clap for me. I have done well. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Obiniem! Obiniem! Who is going home? Who is staying? Okay, so I'm just going to go straight to the comments that you have shared on Facebook right here. Ohima Prempeh says, Presby College will succeed again. Ernest Oppon Jemfi says, oh mess, you've done it several times and we'll do it again. Kelvin Phelps says, I am blow one. Presby College, what a superb performance. Ateke Jamanu says, our brothers from Owas, we love you so much. Ekia Ejewa Belinda says, Presby College will what? Presby College will lose today. And we said, now let's go back to still comments here. Louise Owusu Ansa says, my people from Akonland, relax, so pressure. And Louise Owusu goes again to say that guy from Presec is so good. Jason Prempeh says, Presby College is winning this. Mark my words. Their contestants are good. Stephen Ahia says, I love the program. Keep educating us. It's a win for Team Obmes. Asunaba, okay, so Asunaba, I read your comments earlier. Christine Akosa says, it's a lie, Presby College. No shortage of food in our schools. And she goes ahead to say, well done, Grace. Zachary Baba Seidu says, Presec B, break a leg, hit. Esther Bravo says, the supporting speaker has done it, and he gives fire emojis there. Hans Bay says, Grace Dixon, your son is proud of you. Mustafa Isa says, Bompata all the way. Solomon Kane Arthur says, best wishes to all the schools. Inshraba Bana says, all the best. And Maygo says, Prempeh all the way. Noble Efifa Watson says, Anglican is going home. And I'm going to end. And I'm going to end with this comment. And the person calls himself 10K. He says, Edikanfor all the way. These are some of your comments coming up on social media, specifically Facebook and also YouTube. Wherever you are, you can also drop yours with the hashtag LUVFMHSD. David.
And of course, you can do same on Joy 99.7 on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, so please settle down for us now. Thank you very much. So this is the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School Debate. And for the past 6 years, we've been hosted by this amazing university called the Christian Service University. A round of applause for them for all the wonderful times they've spent with us in the past 6 years. Having done that, I'd like us to welcome to the microphone a very special lady. Her name is Mrs. Anastasia Kujo Afenu. She's got a message for us from the Christian Service University. A round of applause for her, please. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you once again, Multimedia Love FM. And congratulations to all the competing schools. As it has always been said, may the best school win. I've really enjoyed, especially the second contest. Let me share with you this. Going through a university education is very beautiful. That is why I'm standing here speaking to you this afternoon. My coming to you is just to tell you a story. It nurtures you, it matures you, it develops you to become that future global leader we all expect. As you are seeing all these beautiful judges here, the way they're able to sit and judge you, it's out of education. For you to get all these academic excellence, it's at Christian Service University. Your host for the maiden and the 6th edition of the high school debate and we are proud to always welcome you here. It's also an opportunity to let you know that we are celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we are doing this with you. Aren't you happy? Just wave for me. Yes. So it is an opportunity to tell you that we are offering you those programs that will bring you that academic excellence I am talking about. Come and study degree programs in communication, business administration, nursing, midwifery, computer science, information technology, theology and administration. In fact, all the second degrees. Now we are chartered university. Chartered university. The 10th private university in Ghana to be chartered. Please clap for us. We have done well. Yes. We don't just provide academic excellence. We provide scholarship. We serve you with integrity. I am a proud alumna. My friend David Akwete is a proud alumnus. I know you know Mr. Erastus Asaredonko of Multimedia Love FM. I am very proud of him because he was the overall best journalist of the year for 2023, and he passed through Christian Service University College. Yes. My name is once again Mrs. Anastasia Kujo Afeno. I bring you warm greetings from the management and the entire community of Christian Service University. My best regards and all protocol duly observed for our judges. Thank you.
Okay. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to an end of the contest for today. We had two contests for today. The very first contest, as you're very much aware, was between Oppon Memorial and Presby SHS from Bompata. Your results are in. And before I even run you through the results, I'd like for you all to put your hands together for our able panel of judges. Professor Osefosu Anthony, Dr. Lucy Bonku, and Dr. Peter Arthur, who is the lead judge. Now, let me go to the first contest and share the results with you. So here we go. Oppon Memorial, you were for the motion. Your results. Organization and clarity. One of our judges scored for you 21. A judge scored 20. The other judge scored 28. So 21, 20, 28 amounts to 60. Argument and development. One judge says 21. The other says 22. The other says 25. So 21, 22, 25 amounts to 68. Oppon Memorial, by way of effective use of rebuttal, a judge scored for you 7, the other scored 6, the final judge scored 7, 7, 6, 7 amounts to 20. Presentation style, one judge says 7, another says 9, the final judge says 9, 7, 9, 9 amounts to 25. Role as a particular debater, a judge says 5 for Oppon Memorial, the other says 6 for Oppon Memorial, the other also settled on 6 for Oppon Memorial. 5, 6, 6 amounts to 17. Let's tally your results or your marks. So for effective use of rebuttal, 7, 6, 7 amounts to 20. Presentation style, 7, 9, 9, 25. And then role as a particular debater, 5, 6, 6, 17. So 69, 68, 20, 25, 17 amounts to 199 for Oppon Memorial, OMES. For Presec Bompata, organization and clarity, one judge says 19, the other judge says 21, the final judge says 26. 19, 21, 26 amounts to 66. Argument and development. One judge scored for you 18, the other says 22, the final judge says 23, So 18, 22, 23 amounts to 63. Effective use of rebuttal. Presec Bompata, one judge scored for you 9, the other scored 10, the final judge scored 8, 9, 10, 8 amounts to 27. Presentation style. One of the judges scored for you 10, the second judge scored 11, the third judge scored 12, 10, 11, 12 amounts to 33. Role as a particular debater. One of the judges scored 7, the second judge says 7, the third judge scored 7, 7, 7, 7 amounts to 21. So Presec Bompata, your scores. 66, 63, 27, 33, 21 amounts to 210. So by unanimous decision, by a unanimous decision, Presec Bompata is advancing to the next stage of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate. Eddie Canfor. Eddie Canfor. Eddie Canfor. I know some of you are already standing, so keep standing, and sing for us your school anthem as you celebrate your victory over Oppon Memorial today. So, Eddie Canfor, if you're ready on 3 like we did before, 1, 2, 3. Your school anthem, go. You know what I want to do for you to do for us right now? We want to give you 3 minutes. Do some jama for us, some morale. Yeah, I know you would love that. So in 3 minutes, only 3 minutes, very quickly, very quickly, 3 minutes. Give us some jama, some morale.
Jama SHS wonsa yenyame na do nyame ya do to mi asasio ya fa ona korio Jama SHS. Listen, Presec no tase me amobe by the grace of God. Yahweh sabo abaya off we go Presec.
And I know that there will be more jama on your school bus on the way back to school. Thank you very much, Eddie Canfor. Thank you very much, Eddie Canfor. Thank you, Eddie Canfor. Eddie Canfor. Eddie Canfor, thank you. Eddie Canfor, thank you. And like I said, I know there will be more jama on your school bus back to school, back to campus. All right, so at this point in time, Oppon Memorial, if the debaters are here, your certificates are ready. No hooting, don't do that. Oppon Memorial, debaters, join us right now and pick up your certificate for participation. Let's do this very quickly. Kenneth Mensah, Rosalie Uswedu say, do this quickly, please. And come along with your patron as well. Let's do this very quickly. Oppon Memorial, Eddie Canfor, settle down. Thank you. Kenneth Mensah, Rosalind Owusu, do say, where are you? I can see Kenneth. Where is Rosalind? All right, so let's do this very quick. Michael Owusu, please give out the certificates for us. Thank you very much. Let's do this very quickly, please. We're running behind time. Let's do this very quickly. Hope to see you next year. Hope that you come and do your school proud next year. Thank you very much. Now the scores for the second contest of the day. That was between Prempeh College. A man for. And the face of Anglican Senior High School. The disciples. Okay. Your results. Let's start off with Prempeh College. Settle down, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Prempeh College, your results. Organization and clarity. One judge scored 20. The second judge scored 20. The third judge scored 25. 20, 20, 27 amounts to 67. So one judge says 20. The second judge said 20. The third judge said 27, amounting to 67. 20, 20, 27 amounts to 67. Argument and development. One of the judges scored for Prempeh College, 21. Second judge scored 22. Third judge scored 24. 21, 22, 24. That amounts to 67. Effective use of rebuttal. A judge says 9. The second judge says 6. The third judge says 7. 9, 6, 7. That amounts to 22. Presentation style for Prempeh College. One judge scored for you, 11. Second judge scored 9. Third judge scored 11. 11, 9, 11. That amounts to 31. Role as a particular debater for Prempeh College. One judge scored for you 7. Second judge scored 6. The third judge scored 7. 7, 6, 7. That amounts to 20. So 67, 67, 22, 31, 20. That amounts to 207 for Prempeh College. Then Anglican Senior High School. Your results. One judge scored 24. The second judge scored 21. The third judge scored 28. 24, 21, 28, that amounts to 73. For Anglican Senior High School, by way of argument and development, a judge scored 22, second judge scored 24, the third judge scored 24, so 22, 24, 24, that amounts to 70. Effective use of rebuttal. A judge scored 9, second judge scored 10, the third judge scored 9 as well. So 9, 10, 9 amounts to 28. By way of presentation style for you, Anglican Senior High School, a judge scored 11, second judge scored 11, the third judge scored 12. 11, 11, 12. That amounts to 34. Role as a particular debater. Anglican Senior High School, one judge scored 7, second judge scored 8, the third judge scored 7. 7, 8, 7 amounts to 22. So 73, 70, 28, 34, 22 amounts to 227. And that is by way of a unanimous decision by the 3 judges. It's a unanimous decision. Anglican Senior High School. Anglican Senior High School. Disciples. You have won today's contest. Please stand and sing for us your school anthem. And then you give us some 2 minutes Jama as well. Let's do this very quickly, disciples. Let's do this very quickly. Disciples, let's do this very quickly. First of all, your school anthem. And then some 2 minutes of Jama. Disciples, on 3, 1, 2, go. Now 2 minutes of some morale, 2 minutes of Jama. Disciples, 2 minutes of Jama. Beginning now, beginning now. All right, disciples, thank you very much, disciples. Thank you very much, disciples. Thank you. For information, on Monday, the second contest in the round of 16 will take place. Kumasi High School, one-time champions, will face off TI Amas, another one-time champions. On that same Monday, Presby Senior High School will face Asanteman. That is for Monday. But now, Michael Owusu, one more time, please do us the honors by giving out certificates to Presby College. Put your hands together for Daniel Owusu, Daniel Awuni, and David Asamoah. And if the patron is here, patron from Presby College, join them and pick up your certificate as well. The patron from Presby College, join them and pick up your certificate for participation as well. Thank you very much. Patron for Presby College. And whilst the certificates are being given to them, we'd like to say a very big thank you to our audience and viewers on television. Joy Learning, thank you very much for watching the competition. For those of you who watched us on Facebook on Love 99.5 FM, and of course Joy 99.7 FM, we say thank you very much. Those who listen to us on radio on Love 99.5, again we say thank you. To our technical team, to our cameramen, to our social media team, to the drivers on duty, to the producer, we say thank you very much for being with us today. Let's reconvene and meet on Monday for the second contest in the round of 16. Until that time, God bless all of you and enjoy your weekend.
Sure, David, thank you so much.
Over to you, Patricia.
Yes, David, I can hear you clearly. There's a lot of fun going on out here at the foyer from the school that I won today. And just as you said, we've come to the end of the first two contests of the 160 stage of the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School debate here at the Christian Service University. And at the end of today, Presec Bompata have made a seat or have gotten a seat to the next stage, as well as Anglican Senior High School Kumasi. They have also booked a seat. Let's speak to our victors, of course, for today. And I have the patron for Presec Bompata here, the Joy. We spoke to him earlier before the competition started. Let's take a few words from him and his debaters now. Congratulations to you, Presec Bompata.
Thank you very much. We told them that we will beat them. They didn't believe it. We met them last year, we kicked them out. We've met them this year. Just that our performance was just not what we were expecting. So we'll go back and work on them harder. We thank ourselves and we thank God for how far He has brought us. Okay,
thank you, Dijoy. Let me speak to the debaters. Draw closer to me. Let's have this conversation. I don't know, how are you feeling backstage? I mean, back on the stage. How are you feeling? Share with us.
Well, I would like to wish everyone a good afternoon once again. For how we were feeling, first we were frankly, but by God's living grace, we have been able to back up. Truly, history has again repeated itself. We first want to thank all of our supporters everywhere. Thank you.
Okay, and let me speak to this beautiful lady who was your supporting speaker on that day. Sheena, draw closer to me. What is the strategy for Presec Bompata for the next round?
Oh, actually, we want to thank God for what He has done for us again. Now, when we were on stage, it wasn't easy, but by the grace of God, we've been able to pass through. And what we are telling the whole world, that they should expect something better from us the next contest. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Presec Bompata. Let me now speak to my people from Anglican Senior High School, Supercars here. And I don't know, I see this gentleman actually wearing a Prempeh College t-shirt. Can you explain why?
I'm an old boy of Prempeh College, and I'm the debate patron for Anglican Senior High School.
And I don't know how you are feeling right now. Share with us.
It is a mixed feeling, but what is certain is that if you want to be the best, you would have to beat the best. My school lost, my school has won. I am an Amman 410 disciple, and for now, it is Anglican Senior High School that is progressing.
Okay, let me now move to your debaters. Join me. Let's have this conversation quickly. You took out the defending champions. I don't know, what was the strategy you decided to use today?
You see, last week when we came here, we told you that we are using the tiki-taka formation, meaning taking one school at a time. Here is the case with taking Presby College out at once, meaning that we are taking them one by one, undefeated.
Okay, and what would you want to add, Principal Speaker?
Okay, so we expected this. It was like a sort of mockery
when we were at home, they were saying it's fala for them. So we wanted to show them that it's not by words, but it's by actions.
Okay, so we'll be seeing these two schools, that's Presec Bompata and Anglican Anglican Senior High School Kumasi at the next one. But we'd like to say thank you all so much for watching us on Joy Learning, the channel where you keep learning, and also for listening to us on Love 99.5 FM on radio, and also watching us on Facebook as well as YouTube. My name is Patricia. I would like to say thank you to the Ghana Education Service, the Ashanti Regional Students Representative Council, the Conference of Heads of Senior High Schools, Joy Learning, and also the Christian Service University. We'll see you on Monday for another grueling, dramatic competition here on the 6th edition of the Love FM Pepsodent High School Debate. From all of us here, let's now enjoy some Jama from the winning schools.
I have something to say. I said that we are the defending. Oh, please just.
The biggest debate competition for senior high schools in Ghana is about to roll on radio, online, and on TV. Which school are you rooting for? And
Charlie, we've done it all.
side do you represent? For or against the motion?
Stay glued to your superstation Love 99.5 FM as we bring to you the 6th edition of the Love FM High School Debate. Rally behind your alma mater as gallant young men and women from the